Are back. I just got done from going out to meet some family members to eat, but we are ready to draft, boys. I've been working on a video this morning, and since I just got back, I'm itching to draft. I've been like just binging a ton of fucking content, man, and I've had a lot of good decks off stream. I think we got our first trophy yesterday with the Reanimator deck. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Like, this is our day. We're gonna pop off today. Trust. Let me make sure I got this pulled up here. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yo, what's up, Michael? Bro, I remember watching one of your old videos, Michael. It was pretty funny. You used to make pretty funny skits, man. Honestly, I've been having a lot of success with blue-white. I feel like blue-white is just the deck I've had the most success with. Yeah, I was watching your video about the hat. I think it was about the hat. I forgot exactly what the context of it was. Hold on, let me shut the door. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. He just really wants us to get a W. Nice little trophy to start off the day. Popping a level 6 so we can confirm the W. Yeah, man, I looked at your channel and I was surprised that you don't upload consistently. You have a lot of videos that are going to be in the works? Hell yeah, that's awesome. Did you just like stop doing it as like a job? Did you just like start doing something else? Because you seem pretty successful. Like with the way that your channel is going, it looks like you used to like do it as like a form of income. This channel is kind of like the channel that I actually just like enjoy, because I run like a martial arts channel with my MMA coach, and we do like a podcast and do like instructional MMA videos that actually has like sponsors associated with it. So this is the channel I actually enjoy working on, because honestly I just really hate editing videos for things that I don't really care about. Like there's these videos that I'm doing right now for a doctor, like some like Bible study videos, which like I enjoyed hearing like the message because I'm a religious person in the moment. But when I have to go back and I'm editing the video and I've already heard the entire sermon essentially, and I'm spending like 7 hours watching it 3 more times, it becomes a lot less enjoyable. Whereas like doing this is just really enjoyable, because it's like really easy to just cut up and I actually enjoy the content. All right, welcome back to another Duskmourn draft on the channel, and we are starting off with a pretty nice rare. I feel like I've seen this in at least 5 drafts. Man, this card is just a one-sided AoE most of the time, especially strong if you can be very aggressive, because it often ends up just being one-sided with you swing with all your guys, and if you're being assertive, they hold back all their guys. But it's always just a good deal, and one of the only like core comebacks. This card, Cursed Recording, is also a very strong card. It's just, this requires a build around, this does not, and I think they're both kind of similar ceiling in terms of power level. So I would prefer to start with this. I also just feel like starting with white is, in my opinion, I just think white is better to start with than red. Although I do think red could be argued to be the best color. I've just been having more success with white as a whole, specifically white-blue. Also, this Altanac, the Thrice Called, if this was a Pro Tour, I could understand why you could pick this, because, like, there's one other beneficial green card in the pack. Oh, wow. Pick number 2, a Waltz of Rage. That is hella nice. You know, we could do some blue-red room things, and that could work out very nicely. Blue-red control rooms is really, really strong. There's also a Misty Salon in Smoky Lodge. I'm just going to call this shit Steam Vents. All the OGs know what a Steam Vents is. It's basically Steam Vents. Just because it looks like a Steam Vents. But this card is integral to the blue-red rooms deck. I will say that. But this card is also just broken. You can deal 5 damage, or I mean not 5 damage, you pay 5, and you deal damage equal to your creature, to all other creatures, and then for each of your creatures that die, you just get to play the top card of your library, which is bonkers. There's also this Nowhere to Run, which is very, very strong in this format, because it's 2 mana to give -3, and that's just really efficient, considering black decks care about Delirium, and the fact you remove Hexproof and Ward from your opponent's creature is disgusting. I think it's between these 2 cards, but considering I already have a white card, I'm going to take... Yeah, I'm going to take this Waltz of Rage, I think. Yeah, I think you can convince me either way. Okay. To follow that up, this is a very medium power level pack. I'm not going to lie, very flat power level. So this card is pretty good if you're in a very aggressive deck. I don't think it's that insane, though. It's probably just like a C, C+ at the best. This card is actually very strong, but then I'm moving into black. And then Ticket Booth is just a card that I would just prefer not to play. Like, I think this is a red, green, gold card because the other red decks just don't care much about Manifesting Dread. And especially you would think this might be good if you're all in on rooms. But if you're all in on rooms, it means your deck is just getting almost nothing out of a Manifest Dread, which I think is, like, really sad. I mean, I think this is the best card in the pack. I could just take this. I think that'd be fine. Stay open. Like, this card is okay, but I just feel uncomfortable using a third pick on that. I think that's, like, just too low EV, in my opinion. I'd rather stay open in a format where you can very easily play 3 colors or splash of another color. Blue-red land. I'm definitely somewhat interested in that. 3 red cards, 3 white cards. That could be a signal. I mean, red-white is very strong. I will say that. This card, Glimmer Seeker, is amazing because, like, it's easy to get glimmers from other cards, especially, like, the Elegant Rotunda, which is the 2-mana room for white that gives you a 1/1 glimmer. But I think here, given this sequence, I think I will take a Clockwork Percussionist. This is just a very underrated card, and it adds up very, very quickly. And by taking that, I'm leaving myself open to playing a black-red or a white-red aggressive strategy, which I think is probably the best thing to do with the signals we're being sent, because it looks like Rooms is probably not, like, an option. Okay, maybe Rooms is an option. There is an Intruding Soul Rager. That's a card I quite like. But I don't think I'm going to commit to that. Like, that's just kind of throwing away these picks. I'm going to go with MVS. MVS, I've realized from playing with, this card is not only just good in an aggro deck, it is good in all red decks. And I cannot speak enough about this card. Pick this card soon, pick this card often, and you will win more. There's also a red-black land, pick 5, which isn't necessarily a signal, but it could potentially be. Okay, getting down to some lower quality, flat power level packs. We do see Orphan of the Wheat, which is a very strong card, specifically if you're able to get some survival creatures, because it's a very easy way to do that. A good combo is if you use the Ragged Playmate, target the Orphans of Wheat, make it unblockable that turn. Then that means that you can then tap other creatures, make it more than 2 power, and still get unblockable. But I'm not confirmed to be playing white at this point. And I think that Ragged Playmate and Orphans of the Wheat are essentially on the same power level. So I'd rather take the red card here because it's very possible I could be red-black. Yeah, what I've found is that you can be red-black and still just care about 2 power matters. Like, it's not exclusively red-white, which is something that I was not sure about. And I feel like I made a good decision by starting off red here, because that's kind of what Pack 1 is telling us to do. I'm going to take another Ragged Playmate. This is just a solid card to have in the deck. Wow, that is a late Meat Locker and Drowned Diner. Honestly, I'm going to go with the Unsettling Twins. I thought this card would be terrible, but it's actually turned out to be quite relevant. I just thought 2/2s didn't matter much in this format. But this deck in specific, considering we're already starting off with 2 Ragged Playmates and a Clockwork Percussionist that actually have, like, very strong synergies with Manifest, I am actually quite interested in this, and I'm definitely up on this. This is more of a C+ card, but it's kind of a C+ build around because you need to be doing the right things. Okay, this is a very tough decision. I could be down for this red-white land. You would think that an aggro deck would not be interested in lands like this, but because it doesn't actually have to be your health total that goes to 13, it can be their health total. It is actually a possibility. And Fear of Lost Teeth is very strong. I'm just going to take Hand That Feeds. Ooh, pick 10 Clockwork Percussionist. That's literally insane.
I fucking knew it! Oh!
Yeah, now we're very open to potentially playing black or white. We have 2 cards for white, 2 cards for black that we're relevantly interested in playing here. I'll just take the white card to cut white. Given to Violence is one I just don't think you should ever play. If you're playing Delirium and you need like an instant, which does come up, you could potentially convince me. You got paid a little than lost monetization last summer? Yeah, dude, taking a break on YouTube, it really sucks. It's really punishing. But that's why for me, I don't really care about the money. I care about making the highest quality video possible because it's to me it's about how do you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered as if I died today. The most recent video that I just uploaded to be the highest quality video I've ever uploaded. And for that reason, I don't care about time constraints. I'm not going to upload a half shitty video just because it might, you know, generate me a small amount of money or continue my like streak and reward me in the algorithm. Honestly, this may seem very weird because we're playing an aggro deck, but this is just a card that you don't want to pass in this format, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I would never splash in an aggro deck, but this card is literally just unfair, and our deck seems to be very creature dense, so you can very easily pick up a Terramorphic Expanse. There is a Bleeding Woods that we could easily wheel here. So this is the time where we have to make a decision. Are we red-black or are we red-white? There is a Cursed Recordings, so when you cast 7 instant, when you cast, I think, 7 instant sorceries, you deal 20 damage, which is cool. But this is a deck that does not really care about that. So yeah, this is just really tough. I think I could be convinced either way that I should be black or I should be white, because Clockwork Percussionist is definitely better if you're playing black. My only issue with that is that Arabella, the Abandoned Doll, is a fucked up card, and I'm kind of scared of dolls, so I kind of have to do this out of a pressure pick. Yeah, we haven't played with Arabella yet. Now, I feel like this card is just insane, so I think I'm going to pick it up. I do think these Playmates work better in a deck like this, so it's kind of 50-50. Ooh, okay, this is a nice pack. We got a heater, boys. We got a heater. So we can go Clockwork Percussionist here, or we could go Surgical Suite Hospital Room. This is an unassuming card because you would think decks like this don't really care about rooms. But contrary to popular belief, this card is actually mainly good in a deck like this because it allows you to either use it as a wedding announcement for the hospital room, or you can bring back one of your high-value 2-drops, which there aren't that many. So buying back a premium 2-drop just goes such a long way, specifically in red-white, or even white-blues, potentially, depending on how your curve is, if you're like more about the 2-power matters. So it's between that and the Clockwork Percussionist, but we've seen this card wheel quite a bit. So I'm going to hedge on our bets of that potentially wheeling, and I'm going to go with the first Surgical Suites. You can actually play somewhat of a tempo game and not all out aggressive with a deck like this, depending on your setup, because like we have a Surgical Suite to extract value and a Split Up, which are both pretty nice, and we're being shown one of the most premium pieces of interaction in the format in the form of Betrayer's Bargain. 2-mana instant, you can sack a creature or an enchantment, or you can pay 2 to deal 5, and it exiles. That is disgusting. Even if it didn't exile, this would be premium, but this is actually a really integral piece of the puzzle for us to pick up here, specifically because since we decided to commit to red-white here, we're losing value on our cards like Clockwork Percussionist that would be really good in a black deck because we could sacrifice them. This is one of the few ways to sacrifice cards in red, and so I'm really glad that we saw that there. Man, this pack is insane. I think we made a great decision to not move into black here because we are being paid off. So first off, we have the Veteran Survivor, which can actually be really strong in a deck like this, as long as you have ways to push it through, because if you go against Delirium, You don't even need to get 3 cards out of your opponent's grave. Although, if you do that, you win. You just need to stop them from getting Delirium, which is disgusting. Trial of Agony has also been great. Scorching Dragonfire is great. And there's an MVS and a Turn Inside Out. All just super, super premium cards here. I feel very, very, very undecided on this pick. But I'm going to go Scorching Dragonfire. Low cost card. Very low committal. Ooh, okay, there we go. We get a Violent Clown. Very good payoff for what we have so far. Let's count all of our 2 Power Matters creatures. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Okay, so we have 8 2 Power or less Matters creatures. That is awesome. And we're going to pick up another one here in the form of Irreverent Gremlin. This is actually a very key component to the deck. This and the doll that draws you a card, and you don't have to discard if you have a 2 cost or a 2 power creature on the field. Specifically because getting enough of cards like this that allow us to filter our hand is what could potentially allow us to go 16 lands instead of 17, which is a huge advantage. Okay, I think this is a very obvious hand that feeds here. Just another decent 2-drop. I'm not so certain our deck is very well suited to get Delirium because we don't have a lot of ways to put stuff in the grave. But what I will say is we do have multiple types. Like, we're already suiting up a good mixture of instant sorcery and artifacts. So, you know, this could actually become a playable card. I think it's actually really good in red-black, which was something that wasn't very obvious to me in the beginning, but now it is. Trial of Agony is actually one that I like as a one-of in pretty much any red deck. Specifically because the first one is a high value, because after you use it, you're going to kill something for 1 mana and then make something unblockable, which an assertive deck like this is very, very happy about. But once you do that, the likelihood of them having another set of 2 creatures is very low when we already have like other pieces of premium interaction like Scorching Dragonfire. So we did end up wheeling back the Bleeding Woods, which is actually huge here, because that might just be enough justification to play the Valgoth's Onslaught, which is just an auto win button if we actually resolve it. Now here, I highly doubt we're going to play any of these cards. I will take the Smoky Lounge because it is the best card in the pack and very possibly could stop someone from moving into red, although it does not look like we are contested. Wow. How is this going pick 12? This card is just literally absurd. I don't understand. Okay, we're getting a pick 13 MVS. Are you kidding me?
Gotcha, bitch.
That's literally disgusting. This is one of the best cards in this archetype because it counts as a 2 Power Matters, but it's actually 4. It's actually just cheating. We're already at 20 cards. We only have 12 creatures. We want to pick up a couple more of this pack. This pack is pretty gas. Fear of Burning Alive is an interesting card. I think it's probably better suited in a red-green or red-black deck. Probably not as good for us. The pick here is probably just the second Betrayer's Bargain. It just makes our Clockwork Percussionists way better, and it can also help enable our Delirium for hand. This rare in specific is actually very, very strong, and I was just looking at this card, and if anybody remembers back in the Dark Ascension days in 2014, 2013, there was a card called Gravecrawler, which was 1 black for a 2/1 that revived itself. And that rare is very reminiscent of that effect. And I'm glad that they brought something similar to that back, right? Okay, so not a lot of stuff that we are super interested in here. This is a tough decision. So Diversion Specialist is one that I'm actually down on. I think this is actually just worse than the 5/3 that lets you draw a card by sacking a land. Just because, like, in a non-room deck, this effect isn't great because you have to play it that turn. And in a room deck, you don't care about playing creatures that aren't enchantments that much. So, something to be said there. I think I will just go with another Ragged Playmate. Considering how synergistic that is with our deck, it seems fine to just play as many of these as we can. Ooh, and we get another Irreverent Gremlin. Yeah, this is looking more like a 15-land, 16-land deck by the minute. It's unfortunate we're passing a Terramorphic Expanse because I really need one of these to justify Valgoth's Onslaught. But I don't really need that card to have a strong deck, and I think this card is just insane with how many 2 Power Matters creatures we have. Oh my gosh, and we're seeing the Jolly Balloon Man? Are you kidding me?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
So this is a 3-mana 1/4 haste, and you can pay 1 to make a token that's a copy of another creature you control, and it gets haste, but you sack it during the end step. Really strong if you have creatures that have ETB abilities, but it can also be a strong way to just enable your triggers like Vicious Clown that give you benefits for having a creature enter with 2 power or less, since the token is always a 1/1. And we actually would like a couple more 3-drops, so that's actually perfect. And what do you know? We'll pick up another 3-drop here. Yeah, this deck looks insane. We already have like such an insane amount of playables. Assuming we don't get another fixing land for our Valgoths, this is literally just our deck, and we'll play all of these cards. You know, I actually will play another Unsettling Twins. With how creature dense our deck is, this is actually very strong. Okay, well that's all the justification I needed. This card is actually pretty decent, but I would rather forego having a 1-drop and be able to play this Valgoth's Onslaught than not, because that is just an auto win button. And now that we have 2 fixing lands, it's just GG's. Ooh, there's a turn inside out. That is a premium card. That should not be going this late. Especially since it's a red card. Red is just a really premium color. This guy's actually pretty nice. I don't think we're going to play any of these cards, to be honest. Like, this card is fine in these decks, but I have kind of found it negligible considering I already have a turn inside out. Yeah, our deck is probably just already completed. Diversion Specialist comes back. That's funny. Funny card, good card. Wow, another Unsettling Twins. That's hilarious. Yeah, this deck looks crazy. Deck is literally cracked, boys. I think this is a 3-0. Easy trophy, first trophy of the day. You already know what it is, son. We out here. The hype is real. This is a premium red-white deck, brother. Do I like to play Minecraft? No, I don't, man. Wow, an extremely premium, cost-effective removal spell is going pick 12. That's crazy. Yeah, this draft was very freemium. I can tell you one thing. This was basically the 100% color pair that we should have gone in this draft. There was really no other decisions to be made. And you can tell by how hooked up we were. Like, there was a pathway to do something else. But regardless of what you think about that option and the benefits of it, the amount of premium cards we were hooked up with by going red-white is just enormous. And there's really nothing disputing that. I'm going to play this card. It's just a disgusting-ass card. Okay, How do we want to do this? I probably don't need to put 3 of these. That's probably unnecessary. I have 16 creatures, okay. 2 Betrayer's Bargain, a Dragonfire, Trapped in the Screen. That's already 4 removal. That's 5. Yeah, like, we have a lot of shit. I'm taking that out. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can convince me to take out one of these. That card's not super crazy. Our average CMC is 2.6. I have 18 red cards. But I would like to see... Yeah, I don't think I can go 16 lands, unfortunately. Had I gotten a dual land, it probably... If I had gotten a dual land for red-white specifically, we could probably do it, but... I think our interaction is, like, premium enough to where I could probably just cut, like, Trapped in the Screen. Good card, but, I mean... Is it necessary? I already have 1, 2, 3... 4, 5 pieces of interaction. Yeah, this deck looks great. 9 red, 8 white. Cool. Yeah, I'm down with this. All right, well, we ended up with a very, very nice looking red-white aggro or tempo-esque deck. I've opted to play the Waltz of Rage and the Valgoth's Onslaught. That way we have a little bit of late game value here. I think there's definitely consideration to be made that maybe we should go 16 lands, just not play these cards and be all out aggressive. But I think there are enough ways for us to spend our mana utilizing abilities of our cards that I'm willing to risk it. And we also have the Irreverent Gremlin to cycle out lands, so we'll see what we can do. But let's go ahead and hop into these games. Yeah, this deck looks crazy. It looks actually disgusting. All right, well, 1-drop, 2-drop. Yeah, this hand's just disgusting. If we were on the play, I think we just 100% auto win. We're going against a green deck. Yeah, this guy's probably just dead. Clockwork on 1, Arabella on 2. Oh, and we get a turn inside out. That's gross. That's so gross, bro. And no 2-drop from our opponent. Yeah, it's over.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Sir, why are you doing this? Hold on. Why are we doing this, buddy? I mean, I can just turn inside out, I guess. It's turn inside out, or I sack my percussionist to just kill his guy. That is respectable. Oh, he's gonna take it? That's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Okay, in that case, I'm going to kill this because I don't want him to manifest dread. That's like going to slow us down drastically. Well, I'm going to play this because I want to have a red active. At least that got rid of a land for us. Cryptid Inspector, okay. Well, we always play that. That's a free land. Play the Irreverent Gremlin. Bring that to 2. And I think we just slam this. Oh, baby, that's hot. That's so hot. Oh my gosh.
Gotcha, bitch.
Boys, I literally told you there's a reason we should be playing this card. Like, this is actually about to be so disgusting. Better player. Better player. Sir, I'm sorry, but I have to fuck your ass up. Wait, actually, I could just Ragged Playmate. That's kind of disgusting. That's actually really disgusting. Holy shit. Yeah, let's just wait. Just extract value here. Boop. I'm literally at 25. That's so stupid. Yay. And you're dead. Bro, you're literally dead. Just go next game. Sir, you're dead. Please calm down. Oh, that's so gross, dude. Oh my gosh, that's so gross. I could just full wipe him. Yeah, I think it'd be funny if I did it. Okay, you lose 2 life, sure. Three with Menace. Would you like to block? Please block with your rat. If you block with your rat, you're so based, bro. Oh my gosh, this guy is incredibly based. This guy's gonna be so salty. He actually just played into my trap card. I'm on some Yu-Gi-Oh tings, boys. We're doing some Yu-Gi-Oh tings. Oh, you're gonna get a 1-1 counter? That's really nice. Unfortunately, buddy, I can't allow you to have that. Yeah. Rats. Rats from the bay. Let's go. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Nice, man. That's a really cool card. It'd be a shame if I manifested. Rare control, baby. Yeah. Rare control. All right, like, what are you doing here, bro? Brother, I just paid 5 mana for 2 4/4s. You're literally dead. Oh, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? Would you like to attack here, sir? No attacks? Okay. I can actually buy back Arabella, which is kind of funny. I mean, this guy is basically just cooked. GG's, brother. GG's. Beep. Bling blow.
Gotcha, bitch.
The bow, baby. We did it again. Bro, that was some high elo activity. It's funny because there was so many lines, and in all of them, we won the game. Like, there was just nowhere to go wrong. I kind of feel like this Trial of Agony might be extremely strong. I don't know. Wow, that's just so crazy that I'm just allowed to splash a absurdly busted card in an aggro deck. I feel like I never actually splash in an aggro deck. But I mean, the card won me the game. I literally had to use 2 rares to destroy that guy. It's just so funny. Wait, how many commons do we actually have in this deck? I feel like the best decks just have a low amount of commons, and this deck does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 13. So I have 10 uncommons and higher in this deck. And also, majority of the commons I'm playing are just extremely pushed cards, right? Like, I mean, Hand That Feeds is very strong. Scorching Dragonfly is basically uncommon. This is basically uncommon. Maybe this is a little bit less good if you're not being like if you're not on the play. I don't know. I could be convinced that I should put in a Trial of Agony. I don't know. We'll keep it in. I'm still learning about the format, so I can't really say. There's also, like, I think I've only done, like, 2 aggro drafts. They both done very, very well. One I went 3 wins, the other one I went 2 wins. Okay, yeah. Let's go. Motherfucking Patchwork Beastie. We got a Patchwork Timmy here, guys. Patchwork Timmy. Well, I might as well just play this guy first, right? Give me the loot. Give me the loot, 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 loot. Okay. This is a tough situation. I could just discard my Valgoths, but that's just such a game ender. I don't know if I really want to discard anything. Like, this is just such an unfair situation. And when we get to 4 lands, I could just sack my token in order to Betrayer's Bargain. I'm definitely doing this. The question is, do I want to discard anything? I think the answer is probably no. Well, it is something to... Mana value 3 or less. Okay. I guess if I had a low-cost creature, I could discard it and then buy it back with the Surgical Suite, which would be insane. But I don't have that. Okay. I don't know. I could discard this, but I have a feeling this card is just so insane. It's difficult for me to justify it. I'm going to decline. Trapped in the screen? Okay. Sure. Wow, that Arabella was going to get into a lot of damage. Well, now I have something worthy to discard. I wonder if I get 2 triggers off of Gremlin. If I do, that's actually huge. And this can put a card in the graveyard if we hit double creature for our Surgical Suite. Yeah. What is better? Probably this, because there's justification to flip this. But flipping this and then it dies and getting an effect is also good. That's tough. Oh, it's only once each turn. Okay. Well, that was really good. The reason I put that card in the graveyard is because this one, if he attacks and I want to chump, I can flip it and then I can just get a card. And also I can flip it and then sack it with the bargain and get a card. You know, I'm not opposed to doing that. Does he already have a creature in grave? He does. So I'm not opposed to just making this exchange. 3 mana card for a 2 mana card. And that guy eventually becomes better than my guy. Also, my Arabella is already gone. I mean, it's hit by this fucking room-ass card. He's a room-ass boy. He's a rumor. Fuck a zoomer. We got these rumors here now. I feel like I need to answer this, but the reality is this just keeps doing busted shit even if I kill it, so it's probably not worth. I could just buy that back, which is fine. Try to look for a green. I could also just play that at 4 mana, and I think that's respectable. Oh, we got an MVS? That's huge. So here we're just going to get a mana advantage. Because now I just buy back the Vicious Clown. And then I trigger this again. but I don't want to discard anything because my hand's just insane. And, like, we're both getting kind of low to where if I draw a tapped green land, it's probably online anyway. He doesn't have Delirium, so he can't block currently. Oh, okay. Sure. That's fine. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to get punished for not discarding this Onslaught or if we'll get rewarded. But I feel like it doesn't really matter. I just feel like there's a fair chance that some of his cards are lands and have no effect on the game. Considering he hasn't really taken advantage of this, like, fixing, right? If he had, like, tapped all this stuff out last turn, I'd be like, okay. But he didn't tap that. Which there's no reason not to tap that last turn if you had actual action. Because it can't attack. Okay, he's just going to throw in a land cycler, sure. Oh, that's disgusting, brother. Brother, that's disgusting. Oh my gosh. Ooh, okay. Maybe I go in with everyone. Go in with the team. Ooh, I could maybe make him go in with the team. Nah, that's probably not worth. There is also the option to just use this, flip, sack, and then kill that whenever he blocks it. That could be fine as well. And, you know, that doesn't trigger that. Okay. This does make, like, a big trigger, though. I feel like this card is worth enough. Maybe just to do this. Like, I have this. I have gas. Say what you want to do here, Buster. Okay. So I get to keep one creature. Awesome. That's actually the creature I would most appreciate keeping. Cool. Yeah, this worked out. He's not even have Delirium. Okay. Believe in the clockwork. The clockwork is real, baby. Okay, free land. Moin, free land. Boop.
Gotcha, bitch.
Nice. On some G shit, brother. You know how we be. What can I say? There's a reason they call me the best of all time. It's because I draft rares that just happen to be better than my opponent's low quality cards. Sir, that is a rare. I am the only person here who is able to use the credit card here, man. There is a poverty, like, disparity here. I need you to not have that card, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, say screw the rules. I have money, buddy. I'm gonna have to do some G shit here. Okay, so, like, there's really no reason for me not to just pay the additional 2. Because I don't want him to keep that because this is just a bomb. It's like literally a ticking time bomb. Maybe there's justification to just play MVS. It allows us to cycle. Does MVS stabilize against that? I guess you could argue that's true. I don't really want to sack that. That doesn't really give me any tempo. Fuck that card, man. All my homies hate that card, man. Okay. Yeah, that was good. Because since he had that, like, I feel like I needed to deal with it immediately. Like, there was definitely an advantage and a disadvantage. But considering he could mill a Delirium at any time, oh my gosh, that's actually huge. Holy shit, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go MVS. And then I'm kind of greedy, so I'm just going to keep this because I'm just like an asshole. I'm a greedy asshole. Now here, I will go in. So next turn, I'll be able to attack with this, and then we'll be able to do 3 to everyone, which is pretty huge. That's so funny. He doesn't have Delirium yet. That's so funny. Man, I'm just having the time of my life. It's a good day. Happy Friday, everyone. The weekend is here. The drafts are upon us, brother. Okay. Sure. Nice, man. Nice. You're gonna get in for 2. That's some good action, man. Well, now I have something I would like to discard. So in one more turn, I just get to do a full nuke. On my Duke Nukem shit. Beep. Yay. Oh, I'm sorry. That doesn't give you delirium, buddy. My bad. You should have bundled with Cox Cable, man. I'm sorry. Buddy, fuck you. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to calm your tits. This is some bullshit, sir. So does he have a sorcery in grave already? He actually does not. So that does actually just turn on his delirium, which makes this a real card. Given that, I should probably just nuke his Patchwork Beastie, because that's actually like more valuable. Wait, hold on. So who is he? He's revealing that guy. As choose a creature you control. Deals damage equal to the power of the creature you chose. Okay, so he already chose. So that means that I actually have to sack my creature. That's what I wasn't sure about. I didn't know if the way that it worked was that if I interrupt the target, does he still get to deal damage? And I'm highly confident that that is true. Well, that would have been really nice if I could just, like, I don't know, get a fucking creature, man. All right, we're going to get rewarded here. Trust. There's a reason why I've kept this green card in my aggro deck in hand for, like, 7 turns, and it's because I believe in a higher power. No. No. Why? I've been saying my prayers. I've been reading the Bible. This is not fair. Yeah, there's no reason for me not to play that. With how high costed my cards are, if I draw a green here, this guy's actually just out of the game. Okay. That's scary. That's so scary. Holy shit. And that gives him 3 life. What is the percent chance here? I think it's a 6% chance. It's a 12% chance that we'll be able to activate this next turn. And I'm currently sitting on a... I have 3 turns. Assuming he doesn't actually get anything. So more than likely 2 turns because he probably got a creature that does something. Oh, he's manifesting? Okay. We could also just as well draw a 3 or less creature. And then Waltz of Rage. Because, like, we can turn Inside Out, which just fully nukes. So if we get a creature here, that also would be pretty huge. Please, I believe, I believe, I believe. I believe. Let's go. Okay. That is a card. It is a card. It is not the best here, but it does allow us to hold a creature. I can probably chump with 1, and then the other one... Yeah, okay. I'm going to get this because this results in a card. Yeah, this card's actually insane in our deck, and it's usually not a good card. This is actually really good, because if I can survive 1 turn here, I can actually just Waltz of Rage for 5, which seems despicable. He attacks with both. Okay. I don't know if I just want to do this now. I think that makes sense. But I'm going to be using 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I should save this. There's no reason not to. No combat trigger. You're not that guy. You're not that guy. You're not Himothy, bro. You're not Himothy. He is not that guy, brother. He is not that guy. Okay, checking this card. I didn't know if this had any effect on the game. It doesn't. No. No, I didn't realize he could do that. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, he puts it on his guy. Okay, it's his guy. Whew, okay, it's his guy. It's his guy. I was scared. I was scared. Oh, it's this guy? Did he already activate that guy? Does he have 2? No, he only has 1. He did that last game. I'm still able to go Duke Nukem here, though. I am, in fact, able to do Duke Nukem. Okay. Wait, this is about to be so cool. I don't think you guys understand how happy this is about to make me. This is just so funny. I'm just gonna make it 5 attack. It's fine. Nothing suspicious is going on here. Don't worry about it. Waltz of Rage, bitch. Let's go. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Duke Nukem is here. Duke Nukem's Revenge, if anybody remembers that game. Let's go! We got to do the thingy! Yay! That was really cool. Yay! Yeah! That's so cool. Man, I'm having so much fun, guys. I love this game, man. This is such a fun and based game. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that doesn't give you haste. Sir, calm down, calm down. You did just get a 2-2. I am at 1 HP. That is a little unfair. Please give us a green land. It is now like a 13%, it's like a 13% chance for us to hit, right? It's a 16% chance for us to hit. What the fuck is that? I've literally never seen this card. Delirium is... Why do they have to put the text for that? Okay. Each opponent may sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Then this deals damage equal to power each opponent didn't. Holy shit, that's crazy. Well, I'm glad I randomly kept this card in my hand for literally no reason. I could... Nah, I'm not going to pay. Discard a card. I'm keeping the green card. I believe in the green. I believe in the green. No, it could have been a green mana. Why? Why? Okay. What if I attack and I bait him? This has menace. I'm going in. Yeah, because he might not think. There's no way. He doesn't know. He's not blocking. This bastard! No! Fuck, dude. The green mana was in sight. Why? GG. Wow. Wow. I was literally edging, boys. I was literally edging. That was a good game. I'm not going to lie. See, that was a game I really enjoyed. I don't really care if I win or lose. I just want to have a good game against people who are actually trying. The games that frustrate me are the games that are decided by me drawing 13 lands in literally 23 cards. That actually happened to us 2 times in back-to-back matches yesterday. And in both drafts, it cost us the ability to go 3-0 when we had like absurdly busted decks. And I literally have not lost a game. I haven't lost a match. I've lost a game before, but I haven't lost a match where it didn't involve some amount of land fuckery where I bricked. Which is honestly like a good and a bad thing. Mostly a bad thing. I believe, boys. All right, we're just gonna hit our green card. Let's hit our green source at the correct time. We'll hit it turn 5, okay? We're just gonna hit it turn 5. Everything's fine, guys. Don't worry. Believe in the power of Johnny the aggro jit. Okay. This is not a jitted hand. I cannot consent to this. But if I was a really ballsy man, I just keep and I just draw red. Because I'm good at the game. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't justify it. Gosh, why is this hand so ass? It's so ass! No! Okay, calm down. Everything's gonna be okay. We're just gonna draw our bombs. We're just gonna split up into a full board. Trust. I believe. This is a hand. It does things. It makes actions. Okay. We're gonna put this back. And I guess we'll put this back. And then I can use this to get rid of that, I guess. Damn. Going down to 5 cards is actually so fucked here. Please do not have an immediate answer, sir. Please do not have an immediate answer. You're not that guy. You are literally not that guy. He's not that guy. Okay, cool, cool. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if he was that guy or not. It was a 50-50 shot in the dark. Okay, well, let's go for our boy. Spinning monkeys, but no, dude, don't do that. The monkey don't like that. Monkey don't like that, no.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Dude, there's so much disrespect and prejudice towards monkeys. It's honestly kind of fucked. I might have to report this guy to the head judge for being prejudiced towards monkeys. Dude, and he draws the same bomb 3 games in a row. Okay, that's pretty tilting. It actually frustrates me so much when people just draw the same card over and over again. I mean, I guess I can just not lose my Clockwork Percussionist. Fuck you. The monkey lives. The monkey lives to see another day, bitch. Yeah, your card's exiled. Yeah, get exiled, son. Get exiled. He's going Rickety Gazebo? The fuck? Okay. So he gets a land and a killer's mask, sure. Yeah, this is not looking good for us. Fuck it. Monkey control. The monkey onslaught begins. Bling blow. Believe in the monkey. The monkey hype is real, boys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. We're always getting in for 1 damage. It would actually be kind of cool to like split up my entire board, lose my monkeys, get cards, kill his board. Is he actually removing my monkey? Yes, yes, I'll sack a monkey. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, that was really good for me. Thank you. Holy shit, that was so good. Wow, this guy's a really nice person. Wow. Damn, this guy's just really nice. I really respect him for just like hooking my monkeys up. Not everyone would do that, you know? I mean, honestly, I just play this for 4. Like, why not? I can use the card off this next turn. Monkey control. Go ahead, Buster Douglas. The monkeys are inbound. You're going down. Sir, sir, please calm down. Sir, why must you target my monkeys? The hate against monkeys has been so uncalled for. Also, why does this card randomly give you 3 life when that's specifically relevant right now? No, dude, don't do me like that. This feels so bad. I'm bringing back the monkey. Fuck this guy. He's disrespected the monkey kingdom too long. Ding 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 ding. Alright, well, it's time for us to draw our green card. If we draw our green card, which is actually like the most powerful card in the game, specifically because it allows people to cross over the border without having full citizenship, then we should be in a really good position. Why? Why am I drawing like this? This is not fair. Do I attack with this? I feel like it's better to chump because that gives me like a longer duration of time to like use the card, I guess. He's gonna get that ability when he attacks, so I basically need to get a split up here. If I don't get a split up, do I just auto lose? Probably. Even if I get our Valgoth's Onslaught, we still lose. Yeah, this card is surprisingly really strong. I've never seen this card before. Like, I've never seen it in a pack. It's Scarecrow archetype. That'd be funny if there's a Scarecrow deck. Just add it into Bloomburrow. This card's stupid. Oh, he just revealed a Ghostly Dancers? I thought that was my rare being revealed. Oh, that's broken. No, dude. That's so busted. Dude, this guy's deck's so premium. He has so many rares. Damn, bro. I love that deck.
Anything you want from your deck. I love that deck, man. It's so expensive, man.
I love that deck, man. Your deck's so expensive. It's got so many bomb rares, man. That's so cool, man. I wish I could be like you, man. Fuck you. Say hello to my little friend, the Jolly Balloon Man. The Jolly Balloon Man has no bounds. Oh, the creature gets flying? That's funny. Okay. Sacrificing it is actually kind of weird because you would think this would be a red-black card so you could get sacrifice gains, but that's actually not true. That's really shitty. I'm going with the Balloon Man. Believe in the loons. Balloon Tower Defense 5. It's over. JK, our opponent has a Ghostly Dancer. So basically, hopefully he attacks with everything. I chump, and then I top deck a split up, and then I die because he has a Ghostly Dancers anyway because this card's just not fun. This is probably the best rare in the set, I think. This should be a mythic. Like, it's not cool. This is such an unfair card. Doesn't this have Menace? Oh, no, it has Menace. I mean, he also just gained, like, a bunch of life in an aggro deck, so... Ow. GG's. There's nothing I could do. Unfortunate. Maybe I shouldn't be playing my Valgos. Would that actually make the deck better? I'm going to take a look at what the deck would look like if I actually just went less lands. So if I just did this, what does the deck look like? I don't think that makes sense because I still have 4 4-drops and a 5-drop and a card. Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I basically have to play this card. Is there anything I want to switch out for? I think I should have just sided this in because it's specifically good versus his deck. But in general, it's probably not as good. Like, I think especially if we go against a fast deck, I probably don't want that card. So in game 1, it's probably just not worth. It's most likely not worth. I like this deck, though. It feels very similar to how Red-White Energy was in Modern Horizons 3. And in case you're wondering, Modern Horizons 3 is my favorite draft set of all time. I actually have, like, 3 booster boxes of Modern Horizons 3 that I just haven't opened. Is it fair to just keep because I can go 2-3? Our deck is more primarily red than it is white. And we're on the draw. I think there's just something to be said about guaranteeing a 3 in a deck that doesn't have a lot of 3s. That's not cool. This card has been surprisingly really good. I think the issue with this card is you need to build around it to where you're going to have like a surplus of creatures. Well, we might be able to get to 5 lands. I mean, realistically, even if we don't get a white, if we can get to 5 and pop this off, there's a good chance we could win the game. Our opponent didn't even have a turn 3 play? That's weird. I feel like our opponent just kept like a really suspect hand. You could argue that our hand is a little bit suspect, but not doing anything for 3 turns. That is just like gross. Why are you even playing the game at that point? You might as well concede if you're going to play like that. Damn. Well, I still can't play my cards, but I mean, I guess this is fine. If he doesn't trade off, his card is actually real. Okay, his card is real. I mean, he milled a creature, so we know that his card is real. Not doing anything on turn 4 of the game is pretty bad. Hopefully this is able to like pop off and generate cards. Okay. This interaction makes this card just so good. There's a lot of cards that buff themselves above the 2-power threshold, and by having this in your deck, It just means you don't lose any value from doing that. I'm at 20 HP, so I'm not really in an urgency. If I have to Waltz of Rage, I mean, I have 2 Unsettling Twins, so, like, I'm not really losing anything in terms of, like, attrition. Okay. That's real. Okay. I've got this guy on a 2-turn clock now. Oh, that's huge. If I get a white. I now have this guy on a 1-turn clock. If I draw a white, it doesn't even matter if he removes my Vicious Clown. So this is 16 total damage. That doesn't have trample, which tells me I definitely need to block. Okay. Let's say this is another one, and that's 18 damage. If I do this, that damage then becomes 16. Okay. I guess it's possible for him to have a combat trick and another Altenac. Altenac is uncommon though, and the chance that he manifested one and played one is like super high roll. If he has it, he has it, but I need to play 2 or outs. Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay. Oh, it was that? Why? Oh, wow. Yeah, that would have been game if I didn't block, especially if he had a trick. Okay. I mean, I might as well do this. That's a thing. Do you have a combat trick? Got him. Nani. Let's go. Let's go. The percussionist is here, baby. Talk about it. This is a matchup where I actually want this card so much. What are we taking out here? I mean, Exiling's pretty good against his deck. We didn't really see that many of his cards, so it's kind of difficult to assess what I should be taking out here. It feels bad to take out that Dragonfire. I am kind of replacing the same thing, though. You know what? I'm going to take out this Waltz of Rage, probably. Because his guys are just big. His guys are just bigger than my guys, which makes me tend to believe that Trapped in the Screen is just better specifically. Because, like, we know he has a 5-4. We know he has a 4-4 and a 9-9. And realistically, the only way I'm going to be able to kill something by doing that is if I buff it up. And that's just assuming that I'm going to need a multiple card combo in order to fulfill that win condition, which I don't think is really justifiable. You know, maybe I shouldn't even have that card in my main deck. A lot of cards do have, like, more toughness. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what you believe is the format more aggressive or non-aggressive. And even when you're going into non-aggressive deck, they still want to manifest. Well, if one of these was a red, this can would just be unfair. Okay. I basically have to mull here because, like, this doesn't do anything. Dude, come the fuck on, bro. Why am I going to 5 2 matches in a row? That's frustrating. I mean, this hand is sus, but I have a 1-drop and a 2-drop. If I draw a 3-drop, maybe I can still win. Maybe I just draw the Jolly Balloon, man. That'd be funny. Well, good thing I put back 2 lands. There was an argument to keep the green land, but considering I already know that, like, I needed to play this on turn 1, that land just becomes bad. MVS. Okay, that's not terrible. I think it's funny how this card is called Arabella. We all know this is Annabelle. We all know this is literally Annabelle, and they're like, I don't want to, like, infringe on copyright and get, like, sued by a litigious movie company. So we're going to call it Arabella. So, like, just call it Annabelle. Let's breathe. What if you just called it Annie? Then everyone would know. Wow, that was one of the most... I think that's literally the best card he could have flipped. That was literally insane. That was actually so broken. Holy crap. Yeah, this is like... If you see this card, you're like, I'm playing a Manifest deck. I don't think there are a lot of, like, reasons to do a Manifest deck because there's a certain level of variance you can't control by doing that. But that is one of the reasons. Please don't randomly hit natural Tron. If he natural Trons me, I'm going to be so pissed. Do you want to mill? If he's deciding to mill, that tells me he needs a land. Because that's the reason why I would choose not to mill. Other than that, you want to mill. He's not milling. Okay. He needs a land. Maybe he didn't need a land? Okay. Interesting. That's ballsy. The fact this is 2-3 and you guarantee get to loot is so stupid. Like, even this card is just so busted. Because it's like, okay, my card that does that is 2-2, and I have to do something in order to guarantee the loot. I don't even get the potential upside of not having to discard. I just always have to discard. And those cards are the same rarity. That's literally ridiculous. Like, what? Oh, I just realized I can block. Fuck. Fuck this guy. I'm so glad I figured that out before attacking. Like, because if you don't look at this small bottom corner, you actually have no indication that that can attack or not attack, and that was just so sus. Gosh, this card's so busted, dude. Why can I never see this card in the pack? When I see this card, it's just pack 3, and it's like, oh yeah, you don't have blue or green. Oh, okay. That's what's unfortunate, is like, with the system of you playing against people in other pods, you just play a draft where it's like, oh damn, this card was opened. But it's like, it's a card that you need to build around essentially, because you need to be blue and green. So if you're not in that lane, you just can't pick it. Someone gets hooked up, you have like the open lane in your pack, but you don't have any like premium cards. It's just, this was the correct thing to do. Then you go against another person who got fully hooked up and just has an all around better deck than you. And you're like, well, fuck, my picks in the draft didn't even matter. My gameplay doesn't even matter. My opponent's deck mattered. It mattered that he got rares and I didn't. Well, fortunately, this guy is not able to block yet. You know what? Maybe I should have attacked with my second Ragged Playmate. No, there was no reason to do that. Because now I have 2 attacks. This is lethal if he doesn't have anything. He definitely has something, let's be real. If we win this game, that would be so crazy, because we went down to 5, and he kept a 7 land, a 7 card hand. I'm also at 26, so I can just, like, take all the damage. There is a world where we draw, like, split up, and he swings with everything because he knows I'm doing unblockable. He's playing that, okay. Oh, okay, so I just win the game. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing you can do with 1 blue. GG, bro. GG's, brother. GG's. Brother, you have 1 blue. You would literally have to have a bottomless pool, and you're not that guy. He's not that guy. Let's go. Okay, kind of nice for what, eh? Let's go. The boat does it again, baby. You cannot stop Johnny the Aggro Jit. This is for my friend, the percussionist monkey. We did that shit. We hit those nice claps. That was a real life representation of me clapping my opponent's cheeks with cymbals. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's some premium content. Not everybody's willing to give that out for free, but I'm a man of the people. Does that make sense? I should be playing this. I think it makes more sense I should not be doing that. Yeah, I'm taking that out of the main deck. Because realistically, if their creatures are bigger than mine, it's kind of just like asking for a lot. Okay. Well, I don't have a 2-drop, but I am on the play. I have my sources, and I have a Jolly Balloon Man. I think I'm willing to keep. Just because I have sources. That is kind of risky to ask, but, like, I'm a ballsy man. Some might even say I'm the Loon Man. The Jolly Balloon Man, that is. I'm always jolly. I look at this guy and I think he's from It, but then I also get vibes that he's actually from that episode of, Rick and Morty, where the talking heads come down and they're like threatening to kill everyone unless they play a certain song. No, I think they have like the talent show and they're like gonna save one world. And I think like Rick comes and like nukes all the heads before it actually goes down. And Rick, like Morty like stalls, they get some famous singer. That was a good season. I remember back in the day whenever wokeism didn't stop TV shows from putting funny stuff in them. That was a good time, man. Good times. Opponent went down to 6. We love to see it. You love to see it, baby. Baby. Oh, baby. We're online. Let's go. That's a power play. I'm asserting my dominance over the other player. It is what it is. I am the alpha male here. The alpha jolly balloon man. Some might even say. There is a beta balloon man, and then there is an alpha balloon man. You decide who you are in life. And I know I am the alpha balloon man. Wait, this would be kind of crazy if I next turn draw land, and I go Vicious Clown, copy with the Jolly Balloon Man. That'd be so gross. Balloon Tower Defense. Let's go. Yeah, you're not going to block. You're not that guy. You're not Himothy. Oh, actually, it doesn't even matter. I don't know why I did that. I'm kind of stupid. Why did I do that? Oh, yeah. Because I'm Johnny the Balloon Man. We make plays like that. Dude, what is there to think about? Wait, well, why do you not block? Dude, your guy literally has lifelink. You block my Jolly Balloon Man. You just mitigate my 2 damage. Okay, that guy actually just, like, kind of threw. Which is really nice. I really appreciate it when my opponent throws. Damn, okay. If this came in untapped, this would be so unfair. But now it's just, like, moderately fair. Well, I should attack here and just see what happens, because it could change the dynamic of what we want to do. I do have double red, which means I can turn Inside Out and Scorching Dragonfire. They both go through. That's kind of huge. Well, I will establish this. Now, what would be amazing if he just kills my Loon Man and does not exile it, because then I just get the hospital. Oh, he just Loon. Fuck you, sir. Fuck you.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down. You're upsetting the Balloon Man. He's not gonna bring any more balloons for the party if you keep doing that. Yeah, that was some BS. The Loon Man does not appreciate that. All right, Buster Douglas, what are we doing? I have a hunch. This is just a hunch. But I think this guy is cooked, because there's nothing that can stop a 5 toughness Balloon Man. There's legitimately no outs in the game for him to stop a 5 toughness Balloon Man. Okay. I don't know if this guy realizes this, but I can just buy that back for 2 mana and he just loses a card. That's really nice. I really appreciate that, you know? Not a lot of people would be as considerate as him to give me value for my, my Surgical Suite, but I guess he's willing to do that. Yeah, this guy seems like a noob. He's, like, not reading cards. Okay. Wow, that's huge. That's actually so huge. Play this guy. Buyback. Nice. Would you like to kill my gremlin? I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't really affect me at all, because at the end of the day, I still have a blocker. Your guy doesn't have delirium. Okay. Nice, man. You have 2 Dragonfire. Cool. You seem like a really cool person. I'm also very cool. I make balloons and show up at kids' birthday parties uninvited. Okay, who can stop a 3/6 Balloon Man? Let's be real. Like, there's actually no outs to this in the game. He would have to have a murder, which would be politically incorrect, and I don't think he's willing to do that. Like, he doesn't seem like the type of person to sacrifice his integrity. Trazy's? Big Trazy's kind of guy. Okay. Bro cannot get over the Balloon Man, and that's so funny. Wow, that's hilarious. Am I willing to just go in here? I feel like I just want to pass. I'll keep a card in hand because he could be playing a discard outlet. There's the 4-mana guy that makes both players discard. And in that situation, I get to keep both of my actions. There's no way he attacks. Oh, that has Menace? I didn't realize that. I'm stupid. Wow, I'm actually dumb. Guys, I'm kind of mentally deficient. If someone could, like, call the judge and let him know that I have a disability, I'd really appreciate it. Sir, I have a disability. Please be nice. Play nice, Poppy. Play nice. I should have attacked. Why did I not attack? The Balloon Man would be 4-7 now. He'd be 4-7. No. Oh my gosh, that was literally so unfair. I'm the boat.
I fucking knew it. Oh.
I literally told you guys, there's a reason I put this in my deck. And it's because I'm the best of all time, okay? Believe in the Balloon Man. Believe in the Balloon Man. Yes, sir. He didn't see that one coming. He didn't see that one coming. Okay. I'm just going to get some value here. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Oh my gosh. The Balloon Man loves to see it, baby. The Balloon Man loves to see it. Dude, that is just great. That is the kind of thing that makes you love playing Magic the Gathering. Fuck on him with the 4 damage. Hopefully he orders incorrectly and I keep my Arabella, because that would just result in so much life. You know, if I tap the Balloon Man, it gives us a double Arabella. Okay. Please. Okay. Yeah. Who do you hit here? Who do you hit here? No, that's the guy that I didn't need you to hit. You actually just hit, bro. Bro's a mad lad. Okay. I'm nice like that, son. I'm nice like that right now. No, I can just save that. Loon City, bitch. I think I win the race. I have him on a 3-turn clock. He doesn't have Delirium, so he has me at a 5-turn clock. Yeah, so there's no reason to do that. Plus, next turn. Yeah, no, okay, that's not lethal next turn, because this only gives +3. Okay. 5 toughness creature, 5 toughness creature. You got it, bro. You got the 5. Aw, you got piggy bank. You dirty bastard, you. I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to exile that, buddy. I just can't allow you to get Delirium. My bad. My bad. Oh my gosh, I'm the goat. Hee. Let's go. Oh, my bad, dude. It's just like... I think there's something wrong with your hand. It like only has 3 out of 4. For some reason, mine says 6. That's kind of a big deal. My bad, buddy. Bro, this hospital room is literally giving more... Dude, this hospital room is giving better treatment than the American healthcare system. That's actually crazy. Because like everybody knows that the American healthcare system is top 5 in the world, right? Like, tell that to the hospital room. The hospital room is just popping off, man. Like, it's kind of funny because in America, you would prefer not to spend thousands of dollars to stay the night in the hospital room. But in Magic the Gathering's Duskmourn House of Horror, you would actually prefer to spend as much money as you can to stay in the hospital room. Isn't that funny how life works? Okay. That's a guy. Guy does things. You could argue that me doing that wasn't worth it, but I think I'm fine with it because there was an upside to potentially hitting another creature that could be like positive EV off of the Balloon Man. We didn't, obviously, but man, I am so glad that I actually splashed a card that is so insane it just wins the game on the spot in an aggro deck where I really have no reason to be doing that. I don't know why, it just works. It works. The question is, his cards are actually pretty low toughness, to my understanding, outside of like his Bedhead Beastie, which is like a land cycler. So that's not his main goal to put that on the battlefield. Does that mean that it is better to use my Waltz of Rage? I feel like Waltz of Rage is also probably just better when you're the aggressor. And we're going to be going second here, so I think that might kind of like stop me from wanting to do that. Like, I do think Waltz of Rage is good, but from the small amount of cards we saw from his deck, it's hard to determine whether he has, like, an aggressively slanted deck, or is he just playing all the one-for-one removal that he can get, and his deck isn't really creature-focused? Because we didn't really see enough cards to make that determination. We could have, like, we saw, like, 4 removal spells, but that could just also be the only removal he has in his deck, right? That's why side decking is just so interesting, because there's so many ways you can look at it, and like all the mind games. I think that in terms of Manifest Dread, I think it's a relatively uninteresting mechanic, because in my personal opinion, the way I look at it is if a person is sitting there thinking about what card they want to Manifest Dread for like over 5 seconds, and then the card they send to the graveyard is a non-creature, that automatically tells me the card that they manifested Dread is actually not a creature, and they were thinking about which card would they rather have on field if you happen to return it back to hand. Because that's what I would be thinking. And if a person takes a long time to think about it and they send a creature to the graveyard, then they obviously hit 2 creatures. Vice versa, if they select a card automatically, without any delay, that tells me the card is a creature and could possibly be something I don't want him to flip. Okay, this hand is very slow. It has lands, but it's also very slow, and I need to be aggressive. It could actually stunt him because he's like all about removal, but I'd rather maul. Like, we know he has a Deadly Teeth or whatever, Fear of Teeth, whatever you want to call it. So this hand's actually quite a bit better. We have a Betrayer's Bargain, we have a Trapped in the Screen, and a Surgical Suite. It's definitely never the Surgical Suite. This is just such a good value engine, and if he doesn't exile our card, we get it back. The question is, does that mean Trapped in the Screen is better or Betrayer's Bargain? Considering we know he's a Delirium deck, I'm going to put back the Trapped in the Screen. Trapped in the Screen is mostly beneficial to our deck if we're on the offensive, which I'm not sure that we will be. Plus, if I want to, there is potential to just sack this for the Betrayer's Bargain. Exiling is just so beneficial in this format because of how many things there are to do in the graveyard outside of Delirium. Like, Delirium, there's a lot of things. There's also Reanimator. There's also just random things that buy stuff back, like Ghostly Dancers. There's also just other cards that buy back enchantments. Like, a lot of rares do that. So it's something you really have to be considering. And that makes this format very interesting, because cards that normally would not be good in other formats, such as a disenchant effect, which means you're playing a card that destroys an enchantment, would normally be a side deck exclusive card. But in this format, because of how good enchantments are and how often they appear in your deck, even when you're not trying to make them, it's actually like to your advantage to main deck multiple forms of exclusively enchantment removal, which is very interesting because that contrasts drastically to other formats where that would be a suicide pact. Well, this is quite unfortunate. If he Dragonfires here, I basically make no actions because I can't revive with Surgical Suite. He lets it go through. Cool. He might have just been waiting to see if I developed something better. He's going Amalgam. Okay. That's actually very good for him. This split up, I'm not going to use that on a 1-for-1 exchange. I probably need a greed for it. But I guess you could argue that if I kill my guy with a split up, I can buy it back with this hospital suite. So there's a disadvantage and advantage. That just put Delirium in his graveyard, though, on turn 4 of the game, which is pretty huge for his deck. We haven't seen that he has the most payoffs, but his deck seems to be pretty centered around it. So I would like to assume he at least has payoffs if he's a good player. If he just develops another unit, I'll probably just Hospital Suite and attack. And then I guess Hospital Suite is Hospital Room. Surgical Suite, I combined them. You're just going to develop. Okay, I discard a land here. Sweet. This is actually the perfect setup for me because I guarantee you what's going to happen is I'm going to attack for 3. He doesn't block. It passes back to him. He develops a unit, attacks with both. And then I split up to kill 2 creatures. Okay, Dragonfire is actually hella nice. I think this is just better to get on the field, though. There's literally no disadvantage to letting him, like, continuously surveil now, because he already has Delirium, and there's not many things I can do to interact with his graveyard. Well, he doesn't already have it, but when this goes to the graveyard, he will, so it's kind of in the bag. And I'm going to full clear the board, so I'm giving it to him. Yeah, this is probably the most interesting red-white deck we've had thus far. We had another one, and it just didn't feel like as consistent, right? And now I have more time to understand the ins and outs of the format, and I feel very strongly about what you're looking for to make a good aggro strategy like this. I also think the table is just really well set up for it. Now, I missed out on a couple of the more premium cards, like the doll that lets you draw. That one's pretty big, but, you know, we have some goodies in here. I think he chose not to mill. Yeah, I think he kept on top. Ooh, I'm getting that out of here now. I'm exiling the fuck out of that. That card's busted. Sir, I'm going to have to exile that. Hold the fuck on, Buster. If I get a land here, this would be huge, because then I just kill everything. Not a land. Okay. I have a decision to make. Huge decision to make here. Yeah. It was definitely an option to hold that up as a blocker, and then maybe he would hold back his creatures. I have 2 exile cards in hands. Okay, cool. Now, I think I'll just play this. I'm willing to chump it because at the end of the day, I can still buy it back with my Surgical Suite. All right, well, that kind of settles it. We're going to be splitting up for 2, I guess. Drawing another land would be huge because then I can, like, sack my doll if I want. Now I have a real blocker, though, and I caused him to use 2 pieces of interaction, I believe. No, he used 1, but he did mill something. So it is possible that if I hold up my blocker, he may not make an attack, and if he does, I still could, like, chump. He uses a combat trick, I respond, sack, and kill the other thing, which means I could get a split up going for untapped creatures. That's pretty big, yeah. Wow, okay. I think I should just do this. Like, why not, right? It's not the best, but it's a 2-for-1. He seems very non-committal, which tells me he has a piece of interaction. He could just have another Amalgam. Murder? Okay. Well, I'm going to simplified game state with a wedding announcement, a 5 damage exile, and a 2/2 menace. So I'm going to snooze the ads for right now. We're in a high stakes game. He can't block this, which is somewhat relevant. Man, if I had 1 land, I'd be able to use this and pay the 2. I might have to just sack. Sad. Yeah, this having menace is so sad. I'm giving up 3 cards for 1. That feels so shitty. I think keeping this is like the only thing that's going to potentially allow us to win. I'll risk it. If he has another like lightning bolt, I just die. Okay, he doesn't. Cool. Oh, he does have that guy though. Wow, both of his cards were action. That is gross, bro. That's hella gross. Both of his cards were fucking action. Okay, so 2 toughness, 3 toughness, 2 toughness. I feel like his deck just isn't that creature dense. And he's just not really developing to the board. He's being very passive, which tells me that, like, this card is just not great. I could put in this, but he's also just being very passive, so it's not really great. These are good, though. I could put in another one of those if I wanted to. I think 2 is fine. I'm tempted to take out a Trapped in the screen to just put in this Living Twins, but, like, our deck has so many 2-drops that 4-drops aren't that important because I can double 2. And with stuff like the Gremlin, I can cycle through my deck anyway. I'm just going to keep everything the same. I think it's probably the most logical. I shouldn't be trying to get into a simplified, like, late game state with anyone with this deck. It's just not made for that. I have tools that could allow us to win a late game, but I really shouldn't be doing that because his deck's better for that situation. All right. May the power of the Lord be with us, brother. Let's see it. No, this is not what I prophesized. I believe. Believers in the chat. Okay. Okay, this is a lot more respectable. I'm not going to be greedy, guys. I'm going to put back the card that wins us the game. I'm not greedy. I only have 2 lands. I'll put it back. Wow, if we hit a 3rd and 4th land here, this hand is just disgusting. Going 2, 3, 4 like that, like, how do you lose? Turn 1 Bear Trap. Okay. Not even flashing it in. That guy's a Chad. Bro said, fuck flash. I'm just going turn 1 Bear Trap. I think this card is legitimately garbage, and there are like 5 other filler artifacts you should probably put in your deck before you ever touch this card. Like Friendly Teddy, Cassette Tape are both just like way better. You could also play that Uncommon Equipment, but that's just a generally speaking good card, so I guess you won't always get that. Regardless, this is probably the worst of the bunch. Like, against the decks where there's actually targets for this, you can't afford to spend that much mana. Wait, what the fuck? That's busted. Holy shit, that has impending too? That's ridiculous. What?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
How is the impending cost for that 2? That is way underpriced, okay? Like, I understand this is a mythic and it's supposed to be broken, but 2 mana just feels too unfair. Like, I think that should be 4. Or at least 3. 3 would be a good middle ground. Like, milling 4 cards is such a huge upside. Like, just getting that out. 2 mana impending things are just so busted. Because, like, it's not really a cost to miss your second turn in this format. Which is kind of stupid. Okay, you got a Bear Trap. Cool, man. Woo-wee. He's got a Bear Trap, guys. I'm going 2, 3, 4, sir. Would you like to bear trap now, or would you like to bear trap after? I'll wait. We have a bear trap Timmy in the chat, boys. Pick your poison. Bear trap Timmy has been identified. Okay. Congratulations, bear trap Timmy. Congratulations. Okay, that card's great. Yay, I'm attacking for 6 damage. Woo. Yeah, this is really, really nice for us. Hopefully we draw like a hospital suite. Buy back Arabella. That'd be so gross. I'd probably use the wedding announcement side first, right? Unless he puts up a creature. Any piece of action is just insane here. Yeah, that's gone. It's gone. Don't even look at that, bro. It's gone. It's literally gone, bro. Like, the card is just out. I can't allow you to do that. That card is not fair. When you have 2 of this card, it's literally backbreaking. Because the way that it works is you actually want to spread out the attacks. Because whenever the first time each turn... Gosh, this is so bad. Why? No. Flip that shit face up because it is a Menace Boy. Menace Boys in the chat, brother. Menace Boys have entered the fray. Nice, you're under 7. Okay. I have 1 card in hand. Ideally, you do not make me discard it. And I top deck our copy of Valgoth's Onslaught and just manifest 2 4/4s. That would be ideal here. I'd be down for a hospital suite. I will settle for a hospital suite, guys. I will settle. I'm not an unreasonable man. I'm a man of many things, but unreasonability is not one of them. I would prefer to end this guy's life, though, in the next 2 turns because he does have an impending 5/5 bomb. That is one of the most impressive cards in the format. Oh, nice, man. Nice. It's not like I didn't know you had that card. Of course. No, why? Do you trade? You trade? Okay. Trade Z's. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I think I'm going to lose. This is really sad. If I get a Balloon Man, does it help us? Really not. I mean, I just have no way to answer his 5/5. His 5/5 is just broken. Like, getting that for 0 mana, that card should be banned. Oh, gross. And he's discarding a land. Now he's just 2 pieces of action, most likely. I feel like I'm dead. Oh, you get a lifelinker. That's awesome, man. I love that for you, man. I love that card, man. That's a nice, expensive card. Oh, but if he deals the damage, does he get lifelink? Oh, fuck. He does. Wow. That's so stupid. Okay. I can't take the damage. Brother, what is this top deck? What the fuck, brother? I'm literally just dead. I'm literally dead. Even if I draw a split up, he just has more resources than me, so I just die. And he's just going to gain back 20 HP over the course of 5 turns. Well, shit. That's not very fair. Gosh, I hate this card so much. Why is the impending cost 2? Impending 2 is so stupid. Honestly, with the way that this card is structured, if you impend on turn 2, I legitimately don't think it's feasible for you to lose to an aggro deck. Because you're going to get a 5/5 in 3 turns, and that's the turn the person will be going for lethal. Like, this card is so unfair. There's already so many things that deter an aggro player from winning the game, and this is just another one of those that was just unnecessary to add to the format. Like, there's only, like... This is realistically the only real aggro deck. The other decks are basically tempo-based, and I wouldn't consider them aggro. They can have aggressive hands, but this is the only real true aggro deck, and there's already so many counters to it, and then this card's just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, just fuck the aggro players. Fuck them in the ass and call them Sally. Also, it's just like, why do you get to mill 4? Milling 3, I'd be like, okay. If you impend, you should mill 1 less. Yeah, it's so backbreaking. I mean, even reanimating this is just stupid. Nice, man. Oh, you're just going to add your best creature back. That's really cool, man. I love that for you, man. I love that card, man. That's a nice, expensive card.
You get anything you want from your deck. I love that deck, man. It's so expensive, man.
I congratulate you, man. You can get anything you want, man. Nice, man. Oh, and you got a bear trap? That's so cool, man. I'm happy for you. And you're back to 7? Wow, golly gee, man. Golly gee, man. This is such a cool deck. I love this deck, man. I wish I could get a deck like this. Oh, okay, cool. Alright. Fuck me in the ass and call me Sally. Let's go. That was pretty irritating. I feel like it's just so difficult to win with an aggro deck. I'm almost like thinking about just actively avoiding aggro, even if I'm being pushed into it, because of how like unsettling it is. Like, there's just so many things that say like, oh yeah, you don't die, even if you had a perfect hand. What's this? Oh yeah, this card's stupid. Yeah, the card's broke. That's just like a living dead. I'm surprised they didn't have a living end impending. I'm not a huge fan of impending cards in general. I don't think they're like generally fun for the game. It's just kind of like, okay, is this effect busted? I will just get it in a way where you can't interact with it. Is the effect not busted? I won't do that. That's kind of how impending works. They make it seem like impending's like, oh, it's cool. It gives you like some versatility of a play window. It's like, no. It's like either the card's really busted enough, I'm willing to just impend to cheat out that ability early, or it's just not that busted, and I'm just not going to use the card. Which really just creates more cards that people don't use. And there's already so many of those in every single card game. Those are called filler, and they love to shove them down our throats. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta get the mail. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have no idea how happy I am. I finally received the rest of the cards that I needed for me and my friend to play some old school Yu-Gi-Oh matches with. And he's going to come over tonight. We're going to play. I'm actually just so hyped. Yeah, it's okay that we took that aggro L because I'm about to take a Dragon Ruler W, boys. A literal Dragon Ruler W. If anyone's unfamiliar with Dragon Rulers, just know it's really fun. That's all you need to know. It's really fun and enjoyable, and I'm going to fuck my friend Ortiz up, who's going to be playing Prophecy. Prophecy is also a very base deck, but not as base as Dragon Rulers. Alright, let's run it back, boys. Easy draft here. We're just about to pop off, for real, for real. I'm actually so hyped to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm also going to be ordering another one of the same movie cameras I have to like have like an ideal setup for doing like just physical card games. And I'm going to redesign my office. My friend's going to come over later to help me. Welcome back to another Duskmourn draft on the channel, and we are starting off with a very cool rare that I have not gotten to try out yet. This is Balustrade Worm, hope I'm saying that right. 3 green for a 5/5, cannot be countered, which is always nice. Trample Haste, that's all you need to know. And if you have Delirium, you can pay for and put it back on the battlefield with a finality counter. That is awesome, and I think we're going to start off with that. Other cards to note in this pack, there is a Break Down the Door, a good Disenchant in this format, as well as Stay Hidden, Stay Silent, and a Growing Dread. So some really good cards here. Maybe we can wheel the Growing Dread or the Break Down the Door. I mean, or even this. I feel like this is probably best suited in green-black, but in green-blue it could do fine as well. But let's start off with this awesome rare. I do love me some green decks, although I feel like they're a little underpowered in this format. All right, there is a Enduring Tenacity. So this is a 4/3, and its passive ability is when you gain life, your opponent loses that much. Not that relevant in this format, but definitely can come up. I think you're most interested in this in a red-black deck that can use sacrificing 2 permanents to their advantage, which I don't think we're trying to do. Live or Die is a cool one. Can revive any creature or destroy a creature. That's honestly a really interesting one. There's also a Fungus here. Yeah, there's an Insidious Fungus, which is kind of nice. It can remove any enchantment, which is just good in this format. Or you can draw a card and put a land into the battlefield. Good cycling. There's also a Moldering Gem, which I wouldn't be opposed to. Just keeping us open. Moldering Gem or Fungus. I think I'd rather... Yeah, let's start off with the Fungus. I haven't used this card yet. It puts a card in the graveyard. Could be fun. And to follow that up, we see a relatively flat power level pack. I think a lot of these are kind of on the same spectrum. I think I'll go with the Manifest Dread here, though. This can just be a good card to set up Delirium, even if you don't care much about Manifest Dread. Wow, okay. There is a Brood Spinner. That is a really good reward for trying to do Delirium things, and we already have an incentive to be doing Delirium things. Seeing this 4th pick is somewhat of a signal, because I do think this card is rather very strong, so we're probably going to pick that up here. Yeah, that's just the pick. There's also a Say Its Name in this pack. So we might try to do some green-black things. Oh, dang. There's also a Oblivious Bookworm, which I could be convinced is maybe the right thing to do here. Oblivious Bookworm versus maybe just getting a Murder for our deck. Or a Spineseeker Centipede. I mean, Bookworm is just so broken, man. I don't know. I feel like black looks more open than blue is. But, you know, I guess we could go with either of these cards. Centipede is also fine. Yeah, I think I'm willing to pick up the Murder here, just because in Delirium decks, instants are somewhat hard to come by. Okay, we don't get punished, because there's another Centipede. It'd be a good time to pick that up. And it looks like blue is a little bit dry, so I'm rather glad that I stuck to black than blue. There is a Live or Die, and there's also a Coordinated Clobbering. Tap 2 creatures, deal their damage. That's a pretty good one. I mean, it's only 1 mana. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think we should go with Live or Die. I think we should go with Coordinated Clobbering here, probably. Cheap and efficient is the name of the game, baby. There's a Greenhouse Rickety Gazebo. This card is not that great. I mean, if you're interested in the Rickety Gazebo part, I think it can be fine. Fixing your mana is relatively negligent. Other than that, I mean, there's a Malevolent Chandelier, which is fine. I guess there's this Fear of Infinity. If our fixing is just like really strong, I might put this in if we have a lot of enchantments. It's also just a black card I'm cutting in a pack that really didn't mean much. Oh, there's another Coordinated Clobbering. Okay. I mean, this card is just good. Oh, and we finally get a Spineseeker Centipede. See, this is at the point in the pack where I'm more comfortable taking this card. Like, I think it's good, but it's just so difficult to justify picking a common over an uncommon in the Play Booster era. And we get a Grasping Longneck. That's another great time to pick up a card like this. This card's actually a card I would say you don't want to cut. This is a card that I don't think you want to cut very often. But it's also not one you want to prioritize, just because it's enchantment creature, which does help in these kind of decks. Saw is kind of fine if you're playing a red-black deck, but I don't think in a deck like this we're very interested. I'll take the Fear of the Dark, although I don't really want to play it. Green-white land could let us splash, or we could take the Malevolent Chandelier. You know, I don't know that I want to play white, but it is very possible. I already have the Centipede. Chandeliers you kind of get quite frequently, I would say. Take the land. I also really want to mess around with a 5-color Rooms deck because that seems cool. Oh my gosh! And we open Overlord of the Balmerk. This card just ended up screwing us over in our last draft because our opponent impended it on turn 2. This is one of the most powerful Overlords in the format. Although the ability doesn't sound insane at face value, the fact the impending cost is only 2 is rather ridiculous, and that's an easy slam. Other than that, hopefully we can get this Brood Spinner to wheel. I doubt it, but it is possible considering we were getting pretty hooked up in pack 1, and we picked up the first Brood Spinner at like pick 5. We could also get a Say Its Name back on the wheel, but like, yeah, we just got to go with the Overlord. And if we get Reanimator stuff, that's another great card to have. Doomsday Executioner. This is 6 black, and if it enters, each player exiles. If it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 face down. Beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. So if you can reanimate, this is actually kind of a good card. The question is, how much do we care about that? I don't think, like, a ton. There's also a Terramorphic Expanse, which is decently relevant in decks like this because it puts a land into the bin for free. I do think that, you know, if we had some, if we did have some, like, Reanimator stuff, this is worth it. But I already have cards that are already good to reanimate, so I'm not really lacking in that department. It's definitely between the Cynical Loner and the Terramorphic Expanse. I'd rather prioritize this card, because just getting one of these is so relevant in Delirium decks, and our deck looks rather streamlined so far. Oh my gosh, there's another Brood Spinner. That's disgusting. There's also a Nowhere to Run. I think those cards are pretty similar in value, but I mean, I think the Nowhere to Run is probably less needed. We already have 2 clobbering coordination, or coordinated clobbering, and a murder, so I'm not as lacking in that department, and the Brood Spinner is just an insane 2-drop. There's not that many premium 2-drops that are also 2-3. Oh my gosh. Okay, we actually just get a Nowhere to Run after that. Well, I don't feel bad at all by, you know, using my pick on the Brood Spinner here. That is exactly what you want to see. This draft is looking very, very premium. There's also another Say Its Name. Hopefully we get at least one of those. I think most green decks would be happy to play at least one. Okay, well, there's our first one. There's also an Under the Skin. Under the Skin is a pretty cool card. It allows us to return stuff. Yeah, Under the Skin allows us to return a permanent, and our deck's already pretty good at milling. These cards kind of do the same thing conceptually, except this also lets us manifest Dread. And it's just like guaranteed, right? Because this card, you have to... Yeah, this card just guarantees you to get a body. So I think I would rather have an Under the Skin. It's also possible we get to Say Its Name anyway. Oh, we do. Okay, cool. Get our first Say Its Name, or we could get a murder. I mean, like I said, we already have a murder and 2 coordinated clobbering. You don't want too many of those. I think I'm down to take the first Say Its Name. This is an appropriate time to pick one of these up. Man, this deck looks great. Okay, well, there is a Bashful Beastie. Don't mind picking one of those up. That's actually a pretty good card in our deck here, since we have a lot of good things to hit off Manifest Dread. Like, hitting this guy off Manifest Dread isn't terrible at all. You flip him, attack, you buy something back. And now we've got 3 cards to buy stuff back, so we can pretty much just mill relentlessly with no downside. Pick up a blue-black land here. Cool. Man, this deck looks super fun. Regardless of whether we win or lose, we're going to be having a lot of fun. Well, there's another Say Its Name. Can't be dissatisfied at that. 2 is kind of the sweet spot, in my opinion. I guess if you do get the Altenac guy, it is potentially worth it to play another one. Anthropede versus a Doomsday. Like I said, I mean, even if we could reanimate this, we just have things that we already want to reanimate, so it's not really a downside. I could take this Bear Trap as just a way to enable Delirium. But I think Anthropede is just good in best of 3 because the room decks typically outvalue these decks. So having one of those can be really beneficial to get rid of like a Drowned Diner. And it allows us to discard, which is like good. There are merits to just main decking one, right? Well, there's a third Say Its Name. So if we get offered an Altenac, we now have 4 Say Its Name. That's crazy. If we get an Altenac, this is going to be disgusting. All right, pack number 3. Show us the Altenac, baby. Rare is Toby Beastie Befriender. This is a terrible card, but it always reminds me of Monsters, Inc. If anybody thinks this reminds you of Monsters, Inc., let me know down below in the comments. Not a lot of great cards for us that we're super interested in. I guess Let's Play a Game could be okay. I mean, making them discard 2 cards is cool. And if you can drain, that's also fine. But I'm not sure that that's, like, the best kind of thing that we want for our deck when... Like, versus aggro decks, we should already have a good time. I think I'm just going to go with a Manifest Dread. Card just seems really good in our deck. A lot of good targets for it. Ooh, okay. There's a Drag to the Roots. Probably the ideal removal spell for this specific archetype. Man, it's just so sad they put all the ley lines in this set because they're just such a waste of a rare slot. Anytime you open a ley line in your first pack, you just feel really bad. But, I mean, Drag to the Roots is a great card for us. We only have 8 creatures, though. We really need some good creatures. Killer's Mask isn't terrible. And I guess we have more creatures than we would think because we do have the Manifest cards. There's also House Cartographer. House Cartographer, how good is that? It's pretty good. It might be better than Killer's Mask. Yeah, I feel like it could be. And then Flesh Burrower is pretty good, too. I'll go with the House Cartographer. How are we doing on Delirium? 7 sorcery, 2 instant, 9 creature, 3 enchantment. We don't have an artifact yet. We really want to keep our mind open for that. I mean, this isn't an artifact I want to play. Is there anything that's worth splashing? I have a green-white land and a Terramorphic Expanse. With 3 decent creatures to reanimate, that might be worth it. But I feel like Manifest Dredge is too good. It just fills the graveyard so quickly. Okay, there's another Centipede. Wow, there's a pick 5 Enduring Curiosity. Are you kidding me? Why is this going to pick 5? Like hello? There's an argument for the Bear Trap just to get an artifact in there. Man, I just need a big dork. If we can get like a land cycler, that would be huge for the stack. Or just generally speaking, any creature. Oh yeah, I do have a Fear of the Dark. I forgot about that. Rootwise Survivor. Is that good? It's kind of a medium-ass card. I don't really know that I want any of these cards. I guess I'll take it. Like, I don't think Glimmerlight is just a good artifact. I don't think it's good at all, honestly. Actually, I probably will put it in. Yeah, just for the Delirium, I guess. Frantic Strength, that's an okay one. It's an enchantment, I guess. Nothing in here really for us. If we had a lot of enchantments, I would totally just throw this in, but it doesn't look like it. This draft started off really good, and it just started going downhill really fast. Okay, well, I'll play a Malevolent Chandelier for sure. Fulfills the artifact requirement. Ooh, getting the Grasping Longneck here is great because we're low on creatures. Yeah, that was actually kind of huge. I'm not going to lie. This deck looks okay. Is it worth it to splash this, potentially? Like, it is just a good mill. Our deck's already good at milling. And that's going to be the draft. I mean, our fixing is pretty decent. I think you could argue for, like, splashing this guy. Oh, no, I thought you had to put that guy in the battlefield. You just return it to your hand. Yeah, that's probably not worth it. Just gonna put in all the cards that I think we should play. Do I need multiple Say Its Name? Like, I also have an Under the Skin. I don't think you need multiple of those. Probably unnecessary. Anthropede probably needs to be played. Okay, so I want to have at least 13 creatures. I definitely need at least 9 green sources. I have 2 lands that make it slightly better. So currently it's like this. Could maybe cut that and then cut like one of these. That gives me 3 ways to buy stuff back, which is probably fine. 7 sorcery, 2 instant, 4 enchantment, creature. Okay. And then we have 1 artifact. I kind of want to play Fear of the Dark just as like a guy to like win the game, right? So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like we already have so many turn 2 plays. Yeah, that seems fair. What are the non-creature cards we have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of interaction. That's probably where you want to be. And I guess these are creatures. You can count these as creatures, essentially. Yeah, this seems fair. How good is Frantic Strength? I just want to look at what the win rate of Frantic Strength is. Because, like, it's 2 card types. Now, this looks fine. All right, well, we ended up with a pretty cool-looking Golgari Delirium deck. Although we don't have too many cards that are different card types, I think we've got enough to get something rolling here. And, you know, we got 2 Brood Spinner. We also have 3 Manifest Dread, a Balustrade Worm, and a Overlord of the Balmerk, which are all really, really cool cards to play with. And I think this is definitely going to be a fun one. We might make a couple changes throughout the draft, but this looks like what we're going to be working with, and I'm excited to see what we can do. So let's go ahead and hop into these games. I could be convinced I should be playing more creatures, but we're going to rock with this for now. All right, well, on the draw with double Brood Spinner. I mean, that's nice. I'm really glad we picked up that artifact that shuffles back because there's just a lot of stuff that we have that mills relentlessly. Let's go ahead and drop down the Brood Spinner. That currently contests that guy. Ooh, wow, okay. That's a tough decision to make here. I at least know we want to get rid of that. Well, actually, if we keep both in top, I would be able to manifest Dread. I mean, I can buy back both of those with this Under the Skin, though. I kind of need to hit a land. I don't really want him to know that, though. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. That's 2 of 4. He's not attacking. Great. Okay, and we get a land. Cool, cool. The fact this isn't legendary is kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of stupid. Yeah, let's manifest Dread. Mill a land here. Great. Oh, but we also kind of want an instant. Okay, he's just given to us. Sweet. Well, he respected the Overlord too much. That's all I'll say. The respect level of the Overlord is out the wazoo. Okay, so I'm on the draw. This isn't as good, but we do have our sources. Our deck is more primarily green than black, and green gets us to our fixing, so I can probably keep this. I know he's playing white, so the rooms are probably relevant. Ooh, okay, that's cool. I can actually impend turn 2. As long as he doesn't play that stupid survival guy again, I'm going to impend. Yes, yes. Oh, I'm impending. Well, maybe I should I? Fuck it. Sir, I'm impending. Calm down. It's okay. Now I'm the one impending. Ha ha ha. I mean, I just milled 4 cards. I'm Delirium 2 of 4 now. And I got rid of lands. I'm actually so glad we did that because we would have drawn 3 lands in a row, which would have been kind of horrendous. Like, other than getting that second black, drawing lands was actually really bad. I wish this guy milled the cards that weren't land. That'd be crazy. One thing I really like about modern set design is how they always seem to now make all mill effects optional, which is really nice because I think it really makes graveyard decks become more playable. Because an issue in the past was that you always had to be aware that you could just deck out. But now that mill effects are optional, it's become a lot better. Oh, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, bro. That guy's broke. Bad biscuits make the baker broke, brother. Well, I could just discard a card to do this, and then that just gives us Delirium 4, which is kind of big. It's risky. Like, because this guarantees he doesn't attack, and then I just discard for no reason. But I could get value. I'm a greedy fuck. I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick fuck. I like to be greedy for lands. And in 2 turns, the Balmark Overlord is here. Do you want to waste a removal on this? I'm okay with that. Oh no, he's going to do that thing. That's unfair. Okay. Wow. I wish I went with Anthropede. I wish I went with Anthropede. No. That was such a horrid draw. Creature, sorcery, land. Okay. Vigilance. Alright, well, he has to answer this now. He's just passing. That's so amazing. Oh my gosh. And he's at 3 lands, and during the end step I get this? That's crazy. Holy shit, that's crazy. Cannot be countered, sir. Cannot be countered. Ha ha ha. Rats from the bay. Rats from the bay. Okay, is he gonna counter? Oh my gosh. I get to manifest dread and he can't be countered. That's so funny. What the fuck, bro? Are you kidding me? That's so funny. And he's gonna give it to us.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh my gosh, bro. This guy needs a mental checkup. Someone called Joe Biden. This guy needs an aptitude test. What the fuck? Reading the card explains the card, friends. Contrary to popular belief, reading the card explains the card. You guys have no idea how happy that just made me. That was just so funny. We love free wins. Free wins on the channel come at a price. The price of dignity. A price that I'm never willing to pay, but if my opponent pays with their dignity, I will come in for the punish. Well, that was an enjoyable gameplay experience. Let's see if we can have some more fun. By the way, this is going to be my last draft. Alright, well, we have our lands and we have actions to make. It's not a great hand. It's pretty slow. But we're on the draw, so I think it's fine. And he's mulling. Okay, cool. It also just feels good to start off with a Terramorphic Expanse in a Delirium deck, because then you just need 3 out of 4. I think legitimately a Terramorphic Expanse is the best turn 1 play a Delirium deck can have. And we've got a turn 2 House Cartographer. So we should be in pretty good shape here. Wow, that guy has a cool mountain. Wow. His forest is kind of lame, but his mountain is based. Wait, are you kidding me? What?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
This guy's actually playing Marvin Murderous Mimic? I didn't think this was a real card. No way, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Dude, if he actually beats us by using this guy's ability, I will have to give him a good game. Like, there's some respect that has to be said if you can actually do that. Because this card is so bad. And 2-mana 2/2s that do nothing in this format, which is most of them, are just so bad. I think he would have to have a rare to take advantage of that, right? Oh, he can tap that for mana? Whoa, that was actually a power play. Okay, I have to put some respect on this guy's name. That was incredibly based. This guy's an incredibly based individual, and the world has to know that. Okay, so am I ever just going Coordinated Clobbering and just kill that? Or do I kill Marvin? I don't really care about... I mean, he's already at 5 mana. What could he really do? Yeah, let's just do this. Goodbye, Needlehead. It was a valiant effort. Trigger my effect? Yes, sir. You know how I be, son. Rock out with that fofo. And we're going to mill 3. Please hit. Please hit. That is a card. I'll take that card. Real card, do real things. I always think it's funny that this card actually stays, like, it lights up as a real card when the reality is, I doubt that this is going to happen for you 1 out of 100 games. Holy shit, he's actually just got infinite mana. Dude, what if he just goes, like, Channel Fireball? What? Dude, this guy is a Chad.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy is an incredibly based individual, and some respect needs to be put on his name. So the cool thing about Under the Skin is you manifest Dread first, so you get to mill and see if there's something better you want to add back. But let's just do this. Well, it feels like a pretty good position. Surprisingly, I actually haven't even seen this card in a pack, and I think I'm like somewhere in the 12 to 15 drafts in. And it's only an uncommon. This is a really good card, though, in the green-blue manifest stack. But for some reason, we've not gotten to do that yet. It seems really fun, and I'm definitely going to make a video on that. My goal is on the channel to get out at least one draft video of every archetype, just to give you guys like a full circle experience to the format. Oh, wow. He's just going to steal that when I'm at 19? That's funny. Wait, why are you attacking? Okay. Cool. I feel kind of unfair here because it feels like I'm just getting a free win. So instead of, you know, just using an act of treason, I'm just going to attack, use no mana to do that, and just get the same effect as you did, sir. Yeah, this is how we get some bread and butter magic in. The best players differentiate themselves from the intermediate players by getting in for chip damage when the newer players would not. Okay, well, there's a clobbering. I'm just going to call this clobbering time because it reminds me of the Thing from the Fantastic Four, and I am a sucker for Marvel, so I'm going to do anything I can to get a reference in. So here, let's just go with the Manifest Dread, see what we hit. Worst case scenario, I can tap the Manifest Dread target, and then that'll make it to where I still get in damage. Submit one. Yeah, I can tell that coordinated clobbering is probably a pretty big piece of the survival equation. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The Beastie Boys are here. The hype is real. Believe in the beast. Well, I have maximum mana. This deck would be so much better if we had at least one land cycler, but you got to play with the cards you're dealt. Good game. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate you a lot, my guy. Well, let's see if we can hit a bomb. Maybe I do just get that on the field, I guess. All right, we're going to the next game. Cool. Yeah, Manifest Dread has been surprisingly really strong. I didn't think the card was going to be as good as it was because I didn't think 2/2s were as relevant, but it's really about the correct deck. If you're in the correct deck, the card gets quite a bit better. There's some justification to put in a Glimmerlight just to have another artifact, but I think specifically in this matchup, it's not really relevant because his creatures are kind of slower than mine. Something about having two Brood Spinner makes me feel really safe. Oh, hey, it's a Brood Spinner. It's a keep. See a Brood Spinner, keep the hand. That's what I'm doing here, boys. This card's just so stupid. Like, why are all the busted uncommons in this set also just 2/3 stat line? Like, I don't understand. They just made all the cards that already provide good effects way better stats than the cards that don't provide good effects. Okay, well, I can put that in the grave. That's going to give us a creature enchantment. And then I don't think I really want this because it's past turn 2. I've now got 2 types, and it's actually somewhat relevant to mill both. Because if I Under the Skin and buy one back, I'll still have something. He's going to do one too. Okay, cool. I don't really want him to attack with that, so. I want this to go to the graveyard. I kind of want both of those in the grave. Mill that. Get back Fear of the Dark, I guess. Gives us a dude. We can do things, I guess. And no attack. I'd rather not attack here, miss out on the damage, and just deny him the ability to potentially use a removal spell to just get in and get a land. Because he did miss a land drop. We were on the draw. Okay, I could trade this. If it dies, like, I'm getting an artifact in the bin, so. If you want to use an interaction on it, sure. It's very evident he doesn't have a land in hand, so he is incentivized to do that. But if he does that, okay, he's not. Okay. I was going to say, if he did use interaction, he would take his entire turn, but okay. Well, I can just do this, I guess. That costs 6. Okay. Creature or land? Oh, I guess I'll just get this. It's a guy. Now I can go 5-drop, 6-drop, which is fine. This also having reach is just crazy. Like, this card's stupid. But so are all the gold cards that are 2-3 stats. Okay. Overgrown Zealot still at 3. Interesting. I mean, you guys, Vigilance. What can you do for 1 red? You can play that card that gives your guy plus 3-0. I don't really want you to do that. And I'm at 20, so there's like no real risk associated here. Okay. Why? Why are we doing that? I'm so glad I didn't walk, but still, why are we doing that? Why would you not just hold that? Okay. Spineseeker Centipede is now a 3-mana 3/3 Vigilance, which is cool. It feels funny that I actually put this on the field. Like, I think this card is overall just worse than a Land Cycler, but I wasn't offered any, so I'll put it on the battlefield, I guess. What would be crazy is if the Land Cyclers were also enchantment type, because then, like, you would just be getting so much value. The Delirium deck would be so insane. I think where the Delirium deck suffers is that it's kind of a bad matchup to the red-blue room control deck, which I think is very strong. Oh, I gotta answer that guy quick. We take 1 damage. So he has no Glimmer. And I just realized this. The flavor on this card is insane. It's Fear of the Dark. So he's Darkness, but if they have a Glimmer, he loses his ability. That's hilarious. Well, I might as well attack with this. It's just free damage. Alright, well, we're racing. Kind of mitigating the life I'm taking from this. I guess I'll play this because, number one, he knows about it, but I'm also incentivized for this to die. Because if it does die, it puts 5 types in the grave, which makes the Brood Spinner's ability busted. Because you get a 1/1 for every card type. So if it's 5, we get 5 1/1s for 6 mana. All flying. I mean, that's just a clock in 3 turns. Okay. And that ability is instant speed. Do I want to do this? No. I didn't even have full control on. That was weird. Oh, it's because he has that. That's why I said that. Okay. Well, do I have a land engrave? I already do, so the Terramorphic Expanse doesn't mean a lot to me. Is there anything I want to put back in his grave? Not really. I'm always attacking with that. This card looks like it would have reach. Tell me it does not look like it has reach. Yeah, I think I should still just do this. This is the best card I have. You're taking 9? It's a lot of damage, Buster. Wow, okay. Trading 1 game piece for 2. We love that. Drop the Terramorphic Expanse and just pass here. It feels like a win-win game state. Worst case scenario, I can just sack the Brood Skinner, get 4 1/1s, clock him. Ooh, gross. Okay. Do you have like a combat trick for 1 mana? No, you don't. You just wanted to throw. Okay. Oh, I forgot to use my Terramorphic Expanse. All right, I'll use it now. I'm a funny guy. I do stuff like that, I guess. I got psyched out. Okay, let's go. GG's, brother. GG's. Yeah, I forgot to use my Terramorphic Expanse because it tripped me out. The guy just didn't actually know that I had a card that had higher toughness than his attack. Free Ghostly Dancer, okay, for the collection. Final game, let's see if we can get her done, boys. Can we get her done? The hype is real. Delirium, green-black is something you got to watch out for. I can't tell if it's worth it for us to put in the Glimmerlight to just have an additional artifact because it makes our Brood Spinners better. Because it does just make our deck worse. Like, I would take out a Manifest Dread, probably. Although we can't really get to 6 card types, I mean, our deck is really good at getting to 4. Starting off on the play for the final boss. You love to see it. I told you guys, you see a Brood Spinner, you keep a Brood Spinner. That's how the game goes. Well, having a 1-drop in a control deck is really cool. You don't see that very often. And 1-2 stat line means that it can stop the red 1-mana 1-1 haste monkey. Oh, and he's actually playing red. That's cool. Cool beans. Brood Spinner. Brood Spinner actually makes your hands with lots of lands better because you know you can keep. Oh, this is such a gross-ass start, brother. So, I think what I'm going to do here is keep both. Oh, well, this can just return anything, right? Yeah, so we could just draw this next turn. We get to mill 4 more cards, add back the Brood Spinner. That's actually unfair. Wow. This having an impend cost of 2 is stupid. I hate this card. This card's so oppressive, man. You know, I could just answer that. But, like, I feel like impending this is just so much more irrelevant at this point in the game. Nice. Yeah, I back that guy. That guy's good. He do things. He be doing things. Yes, sir. Well, I now have 2 Brood Spinners, and next turn I can go Fungus, kill his enchantment, and then play Brood Spinner for 2. That's very good tempo. Grab the prize. Okay. Delirium 3 of 4. Sure. Well, I know what I'm going to do here. Boop. You know, what if I sacked that before impending? I could have added it back, which might have been really good in this matchup. He doesn't know about the power of double Brood Spinner. Take note that all of the busted gold cards, for some reason in this set, are just not legendary. I feel like they've done, like, a huge thing in Magic at this point, where just, like, all of the, like, insanely busted cards that would have been legendary historically are just no longer legendary. I mean, next turn we're going to be at 5. We play Nowhere to Run. And then we're at 6. We do Chandelier. I mean, I feel like we just keep this. Does it change our ability to Delirium? We're at Creature, Sorcery, Land. Creature, Sorcery, Land. So by putting this in the grave, I get 4. But at what cost? Yeah, this card's just too good. I can't do that. Playing 3-color deck. Okay. Moldering Gem Weight Room. Interesting. Well, that's dead right now, but that's fine. It has Flash, so I can use it on his turn. Getting in with the spiders, boys. Getting in with the spiders. The fact this has Flash and the fact that you can make your opponent lose Warden Expert is just so crazy. Yeah. That's a card you can play, sir. That is a card you can play indeed. Gets another blue. That makes me think that he has a Drowned Diner. He could just Drowned Diner, tap out our Brood Spinner. I don't really like that. That's what it seems like he's going to do. I'm down to just know where to run his Centipede because we're pressuring at this point. Plays a red into a Zealot. Okay. I mean, next turn I'm going to be at 6 mana. So maybe I do kill this. I don't know. That's tough. I could just let him have this blocker because I'm getting a flyer. I feel like I should just do this now. Okay. From the chandelier. Believe in the chandelier. And it's like, okay, so you can answer this, but then you have to deal with this. There's no way you're going to be able to answer both. Unless you have a rare. Which he could have a rare. He has a rare. That is the best rare in the set, arguably. That was disgusting. Holy shit, that was disgusting. He just got 3 8/8s or 5/5s. Yeah, that is unfair. That might have just stole him the game. I think that legitimately just stole him the game, bro. Wow. I think I have no other choice. This is 15 on the board. I don't die. So by sacking the Brood Spinner, I end up getting 3/1/1s, which results in 7 damage. Yeah, I think I have to do it. Hope he just doesn't have an answer. At least I can block with Brood Spinner and then sack it. There's something to say about that. Aw, gross. The question is, how many do you attack with? Okay. Well, that's something. I'll go down to 8. Plays the Bashful Beastie. Is there any combat trick that wins me? I get a Bashful Beastie, okay. Trade this, see if I get like a game piece. I can let 1 go through, so I need 2 blockers. That's not impossible. Ooh, that's pretty gross. Wow. Great. We love that. Sure. Well, I'm getting 5 tokens, so. I guess just hope he doesn't have trample. If he has trample, he wins, but we'll see. Okay. Well, I feel like he has something that gives him trample, so he might just destroy us. Let's go. We got him, boys. Da-da-da-da-da. Wow. That was some high elo shit. I have to say the brood spinner was super, super clutch. I can't believe we were actually able to get, yeah, I can't believe we were actually able to get 6 types in the bin, bro. Like, that was some high elo stuff. You don't see that every day. All right, BRB. I'm gonna go to the bathroom before match starts. All right, boys, it's time to go to battle. Can the Delirium Kid get it done? All right, well, this is not a great hand, but we are going second, so we have, you know, the additional draw, and our deck has, like, a lot of 2s. So I think I'm willing to just risk it and keep this. I know that sounds kind of bad, but, like, I think I'm fine with it. Okay. Not a good card, but if we were going to draw a land, this was the best possible scenario because like I said, just getting Delirium online on turn 1, getting 1 of 4 is just great. He has the Zealot turn 2, which accelerates his game plan. I don't draw a playable card. That's unfortunate. Sometimes the Arena client be screwing you because they'll give away that you don't have an action, which is really unfortunate. Turn 3 Moldering Gym. He's now up to 6 mana next turn. That is gross, bro. Yeah, we might actually be cooked. At least I have the Kill Anything removal. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like this card should have said Exile because there's other cards that are doing less than this and they exile. Okay, that was a great top deck here. Yeah, this was an amazing top deck because now I can actually, like, potentially hit Delirium for the Drag to the Roots and for the Bulls trade. Ooh, this is great. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't, wow. 1 of 3. I mean, that's just a turn 3 play, though. But do, like, I need to put something in my hand? Not really. I could mill both. Milling both wouldn't be terrible. I have ways to buy back. I think I do just need the enchantment for like, the delirium hits. I'll keep this just so I have an action next turn. Well, no, we're going to be at 4 next turn, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to be at 4. So I can just hard play this, then play that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure how that was working. For some reason, I thought it was turn 2, but it's actually turn 3. I just had, like, a mental breakdown there. Flipping that over. Okay, I got you. I got you, Big Chief. I'm sorry, Big Chief, but I'm going to have to cut your weightlifting session short. I actually just hit legs, so I am a master of knowing how to recover. And the best way to recover is to drag the other person to the roots. The fact this can destroy any non-land permanent is great. Like, just being able to interact with enchantments is huge. All right, now we're 3 of 4. Oh, it was a roaring furnace, steaming sauna. Yeah, this is the one that I just call steam vents. This card is busted. Because if you're able to bounce this, you just continuously deal damage equal to the number of cards in your hand. And when you factor in, like, cards like Meat Locker and Drown Diner that draw 3, that card is insane. Especially with Fear of Isolation, the one that's the flyer that bounces something back for you to play it. Fear of Missing Out. Okay, that's a little bit scary. That card is really good. Okay, Wildfire, Wickerfolk, and Fear of Missing Out. That's a little scary. And he's just gonna kill that. Ooh. I'm still one away from Delirium. That's really scary. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me just do this. Let me call back my friend. Okay, let's go ahead and drop down our Overlord here, because there's a fair chance that by doing this, we're going to set up our Delirium. And it's just a good blocker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we hit the artifact. I think that was huge, right? I think we just get this. Yeah, this just seems good. Good value. We're still 5 of 4. Next turn, I can go Coordinated Clobbering. And I just have a 5/5 that, like, does things. Sure. Discards the land, so no damage taken. That's decent at least. I think more often than not, you'd rather the damage be dealt, though. Ooh, okay. Yeah, he has got a big Delirium push. I kind of wish I'd gotten back that Chandelier, because then I could just get rid of his Delirium. But maybe we'll get to say its name. Yeah, I think he has that thing that gives him +3. But I'm pretty sure I have to answer this. Yeah, he has the +3. He's got the manifest. Oh, he doesn't? He actually doesn't. That was weird. Does he... What? Oh, does he have a 2-mana card? Yeah, he had the Scorching Dragonfire. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I get a Murder here, which is kind of big. Excuse me. Simplified game state. I could go for a Murder. Is that worth? Maybe I just play this as a 5/5. I think I'm just playing this, right? What if I just do this and Murder? This can't take anything out, right? Well, if this dies, I can buy it back. I could just kill that and then get my Yeah, if I just kill that, okay. I just want to confirm to kill this while I actually have something. I'll take 3 next turn, but that's okay. That card's just so busted. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'll take 3 here. I think that's the safest thing to do. Okay. Because next turn, if I need to, I can just go Brood Spinner or Murder. Taking the 3, okay. And we get an actual card. That's actually kind of big. Is there a reason to keep a card in hand? No, he's not playing black. Yeah, we're fine. We're just going to play this first, see what happens here. Now, we have enough mana exactly to play both cards. Ooh, the Say Its Name is huge, right? Because I can buy back, like, Chandelier, which would be fine. Do I really care about Centipede? Probably not. It's decent, but I think the Say Its Name is just a better card. My deck has 20 cards. That's fine. And then I can just play this. And I can just hold this Murder. Just try to stabilize. Get my tokens off my Brood Spinner. Hold this Murder. See if he tries to do something big here. Yeah, I'm murdering that. Easy murder all day. I've seen it all before. Like that, baby. I could just sack this and get the tokens. That is another option. That legitimately might just be better. Yeah, because that's 6 tokens, dude. That's a lot. If I get him for 5. Nah, I don't think I get him for 5. I'm just going to pass here. I'd rather just Brood Spinner. 6/1/1 flyers. That's a lot, dude. He'd have to have a Pyroclasm. Nice. Oh, that was a huge top deck. That was literally ridiculous. I have 7, so I can do both actions. We'll start off with this. Could get the Anthropede. I just get another Brood Spinner, though, right? That's probably better than the Chandelier. What do I have left in deck? I still have an Under the Skin, which can buy back the Chandelier if I deck. Yeah. Because I don't have to mill with Brood Spinner. I'm just going to get it for the spiders. Yeah, that's huge. And now I've got 2 chumps. 2 chump blockers. I'm at 9 HP. If he kills one of them, I still don't die. Let's go! We did it again! The Reanimator boys are talking about it, baby. Let's go. Shout out the Delirium boys. You know how we be, son. Easy W's all day. Green, black, Delirium is the real deal. The hype is real. Now you've seen it, and now you gotta believe it, baby. This deck is the goo. Well, that was an awesome run, and we did get, a little bit lucky going against a opponent who made a couple misplays, but at the end of the day, the results don't matter. Like, it's awesome that we trophied, but regardless of whether I won or lost, as long as I got to show off the power of this strategy and how high the ceiling could potentially be and the depth of the play, I was going to be happy no matter what, and I have to say we surely did that. So I hope you guys learned something a little bit about this archetype. Let's do a quick little review of the deck before we end the video. So I think the cornerstone of this deck and the reason why you would want to go into it, or the signal, is getting a Brood Spinner. As you may remember, we were offered this card pick 5, which is a pretty good signal because I would consider this card a B+, and it just does so much work. Getting multiples is ridiculous, and as you just saw, we got 6/1/1 flyers, which ended the game. The previous game, we got 5/1/1 flyers. Even if you're getting 4, this is just so much value because you can block with it, then sack it, And that's what we did when the opponent had that bomb that allowed them to manifest and put all the counters on it. And that really pulled through. So this is really one of the deciding cards that would make you want to go into this deck, because there's a couple Delirium archetypes, and so you really need to have a reason to go into one specifically. But other than that, it's fair to just be starting out in green and decide, I'm going to go into Delirium, right? I think starting green is probably the pathway that gives you the easiest option to know if it's good to go Delirium, because you can also move into Manifest and go green-blue, right? Green is a really well-balanced color. It's not too powerful, but it's definitely not at the bottom. And it has many options for different play styles. And I have to commend the developers in this set for that reason. On the other side of the spectrum, we had some very awesome bombs. And they definitely helped out because I wasn't sure if we had enough creatures or big boys to really make this work, since we did end up with only 13. But we had the Balustrade Worm, which was a whopping. You know, that one game we actually just won because our opponent tried to counter it and we got to Manifest Dread for no reason. That was hilarious, but I think you would play this card even if it didn't have the Delirium ability, or if it just didn't have Trample. Like, this card's just great, and another good reason to be doing Delirium things. And then also Overlord of the Baumurk. It feels so good to get to do this myself after in the previous draft I lost to a person who threw this down on turn 2, because throwing this down on turn 2 is just so unfair. It's like you're getting a better Say Its Name, which is already a comparable turn 2 play, and then you're just getting a 5/5 5 turns later. It's just ridiculous, because if you have a good Delirium deck, this is going to most likely allow you to hit Delirium on turn 3, turn 4, which inevitably is going to allow you to snowball out of control. Like, imagine you go for a Terramorphic Expanse turn 1, and then you do Overlord turn 2, and you actually hit Delirium. Turn 3, you have a Centipede. Like, the game is just over, man. And this is just such a good card in Delirium in specific, but it also has implications in every other black deck, because it's just a good value card. I said this previously, but I think the impend cost on this card is just too low. Like, the impend cost should be 3 or 4, and they can just lower the amount of turns that it impends. But that's definitely a really strong one. Fear of the Dark was actually not a bad substitute for having a low amount of top end. I think that if you were able to get an optimal version of this deck, you would probably, if you were able to get an optimal version of this deck, you'd probably have 1 or 2 more higher cost drops. But Malevolent Chandelier was another good substitute for not having as many of those, because it's treated as an artifact. Typically in this deck, typically in these Delirium decks, you would like to have at least 1 artifact just to diversify your Delirium, especially when you have cards like Brood Spinner that give you fringe benefits past getting 4 Delirium, right? Like, we ended up getting 6 tokens, and that's way better than 4 tokens, right? Especially since it costs 6 mana and you're sacking it. But Chandelier, I think, is better than a lot of people are giving it credit for. This card is very reminiscent to me of the card that had a similar effect in Lost Caverns of Ixalan in the Discover deck, or whatever you called it, where you were trying to mill stuff, because it allowed you to not deck out and just mill mindlessly with no real drawback. And that's really what this card does. As long as you have 1 of these and you have a couple ways to buy it back in the form of, like, Say Its Name and Under the Skin, your deck is going to be amazing. Anthropede was actually cool. I'm glad I got to show off the interaction where some people may not know this, but if your opponent doesn't have a room, you can still just discard a card to enable Delirium, and that is a huge advantage, especially if you want to reanimate something. That comes up a lot, and that really did. This Insidious Fungus, after playing with it for the first time, this is a card that I feel comfortable picking up, like, pick 2, pick 3, maybe pick 1 if the pack is really bad. Because this is just such a good, versatile piece of removal, especially in these Delirium decks where you're putting a game piece in the grave and taking out their card. Coordinated Clobbering was surprisingly still good in this deck, even though we're probably not the best deck for it. I think it's better in, like, a Manifest deck, specifically a red-green one, because you can manifest creatures they haven't attacked yet, then tap them, and our deck wasn't as heavily creature-focused, but it still got there, so this card is definitely raised up in my tier list, and I'll definitely be changing that. Manifest Dread, I didn't know how many copies you could get away with, but 3 worked great, and I'm actually glad that I played them. I don't think I would play more than 3, just because at that point, you get too many of one card type, and that's something you really have to balance in a Delirium deck. This card actually ended up working out better than I thought. I think this is actually preferable in the Delirium decks over a Moldering Gem, as long as you already have a couple enchantments, because it's very easy to turn on Delirium turn 3, turn 4, and then this just becomes a better card than Moldering Gem, as long as you have a good deck, right? If it's not as good, then, maybe not. Or if your deck just needs more ramp. Our deck didn't really need the ramp, right? Like, because Moldering Gem puts it directly onto the battlefield, and that is a consideration. But I now no longer think that Moldering Gem is just a strictly better card. There's actually a place for both of them, which I did not think coming into this format. But overall, this was an awesome deck. I'm very glad I got to showcase it. Under the Skin was really, really good, and this is a very first pick, second pickable card if you don't have a bomb rare. But regardless, this was awesome. Thank you so much. But regardless, this was an awesome experience, and I finally got to have a Delirium deck trophy. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully we will get to do many more of these on the channel, but I'm going to try to do videos mainly of different archetypes to show off the full picture of this format in case some people don't get to play enough and don't get to try out things, or for people who just may only be able to do a couple drafts and might want to know what are some things they could be trying and what it looks like to assemble those pieces. So thank you guys so much for getting this far in the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, if it's not the goo, it's got to go. Peace. I don't even play Magic, but you sold me on the deck. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say that draft currently is the best way to get into Magic for newer players, because every other format, including Commander, has a very high barrier to entry. For draft, all you need is to spend $12, and then you can just start developing a collection. And it's actually more preferable as a newer player if you actually have a game store you can go to draft where the people are heavily competitive. And that's very interesting, because in any other circumstance, you wouldn't want to go against you wouldn't just want to be playing against a bunch of sweats as a newbie. But specifically in draft, it's really beneficial for a person who's never played Magic, because you can pick cards that you just want to add to your collection. Because there are a lot of rare cards or mythic cards that might be worth money, or you might just want to play with them, and they're good if you want to make a deck outside of draft, but in draft, they're not that good. And the better players are not going to pick those because they just care about winning. They don't care about the money. They don't care about owning the card. So as a newer player, you can care less about that and prioritize cards that you actually want for your personal collection, because you get to keep all the cards. I remember back when I was 13 in Dark Ascension, and I would pick I had one draft because we would have 30 people show up to our tournaments, and there was a lot of competitive people who got on the Pro Tour at this store. We would do 4-pack drafts instead of 3, which isn't really common anymore. But for $15, you open 4 packs. I had a couple drafts where I ended up getting to take home 10 plus rare/mythics. And as a person who didn't really play constructed tournaments, me and my brother just built cards out of the cards that we shared in our collection. That was really awesome for me, because I was able to just get new cool cards to play with my brother. And so I think that's a really good experience for new players. And it's really sad that Wizards of the Coast has kind of fucked over local game stores recently, to where drafts don't fire as much. A lot of areas don't have enough people show up to run a draft, and some stores just don't run them at all. Like me, there's no close place. The closest place I could go to draft is over 100 miles away, and I live in a big city. That's fucked, because I would love to go play in person. But that's why I play on Arena, because I'm like, okay, well, I can make content. I don't have to drive 100 miles. But if I could play in person, I'd totally go, because I used to go to the in-person tournaments, and I'd bring my tripod and record my drafting experience. Then afterwards, I would go back, edit the VOD, and I would just commentate over my picks and talk about what was good to pick here in each situation. But yeah, Boyder, you should definitely try it out, man. What's even better is if you don't if there's not like a local game store you can go to, or if you just don't want to play against random people, you just want to play against your friend, you can both just get like 4 or 5 packs, open those packs, or you can, like, if you want to do that, you're probably going to want 6 packs each. That's called sealed. So instead of picking cards from a pack and passing them, you just open those packs you each get and build decks out of them. And if you have more money and want to have more fun, you just buy a box. You guys split up the packs, and it's like hella fun. Because, like, neither of you care about, like, being competitive. You just want to use cool cards. And draft and sealed set up for a very fair environment for people to come in who don't have a deck and just want to be on an even playing field with other people who have more money than them. So I definitely recommend you try it, bro. But regardless, guys, I have friends who are about to come over because I'm going to be doing some work on my fence in the backyard, and we need to assess, like, what pieces of wood we need to keep for the fence. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. May the Lord bless you, keep you, bestow his countenance upon you, and give you peace. I will see you guys all next time. Have a wonderful weekend. If it's not the goo, it's got to go. Peace.